love you, Jalen.
I can't sit around and stress about no hoe, no, I can never. I just pack my shit and leave, got my new crib, so you do better. How the fuck you go against this shit, you know I can't be touched. How you thought you was the prize when I'm the diamond in the rough? I done dim my light so many times for you to just give up. Had to learn to love myself, sometimes the mirror ain't enough. 41, rose gold, Rolex sit up on my wrist. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch. Yeah, paper on my flip, yeah, Louis on my hip. Yeah, shot it with me bad, this a cutie in my whip. They say more money, more problem, but this shit don't make no sense. Soon as I go pull that Roberts off the lot, I'm changing tense. You ain't got a lot of 50, babe, I'm who you can't convince. At the Paycom, at the Thunder game, fans taking pics. I just put out AP Royal O, that my favorite wrist. I can tell by his Cheney, bro, that's his favorite kid. Yeah, business out in Dallas, 6 a.m. I got the flu. Maybach in the pick-up line when I get more than out of school. And a lot of street niggas, I learned just what not to do. Big discussions about CBD, my motion falling through. Niggas play this shit and press repeat. No, I talk the truth. Now that old shit, I'm the MVP. Feel like SGA. Pull up in that Big Mac. Live just like vanilla cake. Business me like cut the overhead and what's a better rate? I can take that big old loaf of bread, but I need steady pay. They know I ain't make a damn cent on tour with Kevin Gates. Spaceship, off-road assistant, make it levitate. You know I'm a real player, baby. I never change. I can't sit around and stress about no hoe, no, I can never. I just pack my shit and leave, got my new crib, so you do better. How the fuck you go against this shit, you know I can't be touched. How you thought you was the prize when I'm the diamond in the rough? I done dim my light so many times for you to just give up. Had to learn to love myself, sometimes the mirror ain't enough. 41, rose gold, Rolex sit up on my wrist. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch, yeah. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch, yeah. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch, yeah. I can't sit around and stress about no hoe, no, I can never. I just pack my shit and leave, got my new crib, so you do better. How the fuck you go against this shit, you know I can't be touched. How you thought you was the prize when I'm the diamond in the rough? I done dim my light so many times for you to just give up. Had to learn to love myself, sometimes the mirror ain't enough. 41, rose gold, Rolex sit up on my wrist. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch, yeah. Paper on my flip, yeah, Louis on my hip. Yeah, shot it with me bad, this a cutie in my whip. They say more money, more problem, but this shit don't make no sense. Soon as I go pull that Roberts off the lot, I'm changing tense. You ain't got a lot of 50, babe, I'm who you can't convince. At the Paycom, at the Thunder game, fans taking pics. I just put out AP Royal O, that my favorite wrist. I can tell by his Cheney, bro, that's his favorite kid. Yeah, business out in Dallas, 6 a.m. I got the flu. Maybach in the pick-up line when I get more than out of school. And a lot of street niggas, I learned just what not to do. Big discussions about CBD, my motion falling through. Niggas play this shit and press repeat. No, I talk the truth. Now that old shit, I'm the MVP. Feel like SGA. Pull up in that Big Mac. Live just like vanilla cake. Business me like cut the overhead and what's a better rate? I can take that big old loaf of bread, but I need steady pay. They know I ain't make a damn cent on tour with Kevin Gates. Spaceship, off-road assistant, make it levitate. You know I'm a real player, baby. I never change. I can't sit around and stress about no hoe, no, I can never. I just pack my shit and leave, got my new crib, so you do better. How the fuck you go against this shit, you know I can't be touched. How you thought you was the prize when I'm the diamond in the rough? I done dim my light so many times for you to just give up. Had to learn to love myself, sometimes the mirror ain't enough. 41, rose gold, Rolex sit up on my wrist. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch, yeah. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch, yeah. I ain't got no time to waste shit, I got Maybach on my stitch, yeah.
Listen. Oh man, dang, I done muted my mic. All right. So we back. Hold on, wait. Let me fix this real quick. Hold up. Did it a little bit. Hold on, I'm on the camera fucking up. All right. We just gonna have to make it leave it just like that. But anyways, Yeah, so day 2 of being snowed in and can't go any fucking where. Yo, so I tried to leave the hotel earlier this morning. All bad, dog. Bad, bad, bad decision. As soon as I had started like backing out a little bit, like after I had got all of like the snow and shit and all that ice or whatever, like off my car or whatever, I tried backing out. Yeah, man, your boy was not going nowhere. I got stuck immediately. God damn it! And I tried kind of like maneuvering it and trying to get out, and I was like, man, you know what? Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna just go ahead back in, and then I had to have somebody else help me push the car back into the parking spot because I was like sitting just like right in the middle of of the parking lot. So yeah. So I'm still stuck in the hotel. And to be honest with y'all, man, I'm planning on streaming all fucking day, bro. I'm going we gonna be on here all the way up until fucking like 10, 11 o'clock tonight, god damn it. I don't got shit else to do. Um yeah, so that's the plan for today. I got a few topics. If you want to pop up, the link is in the chat. As y'all know, I usually don't drop the link, but I mean, fuck it. It is what it is. Today is one of those days. But yeah, if y'all are bored and inside the house, hey, might as well pull on up. Yeah, but as y'all know, bro, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm really like tired of this weather shit, bro. Like, see, and I live in Oklahoma, right? And the thing about in Oklahoma, Oklahoma is no stranger whenever it comes to bad weather, right? I mean, from fucking tornadoes to ice to snowstorms to earthquakes. I mean, whatever you could think of, Oklahoma got it. Massive flooding, like all this shit. But I think the worst of the worst is whenever it's fucking ice, bro. Like because with a tornado, right? Like you can kind of like go around it, like you can move around it, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have enough notice, you know what I mean, with certain shit. But when it comes to this ice shit, bro, this shit is fucking everywhere, dog. Like this shit is everywhere. Nigga, I had almost slip fucking whatever wa- walking back into the hotel, bitches over there laughing at me and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, man, I'm tired of this shit, bro. And whenever you're fat, right? And you kind of like almost fall, just like everybody panics, like, oh my god, is he going to be able to fucking get up? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, man, come on, man. I don't like this shit, bro. But yeah, I'm so sick and tired of this shit, man. I'm ready for it to be gone and over with. I don't know how long this is supposed to last, but damn it, I'm ready for it to go. I'm ready for it to go. Speaking of this ugly ass weather, man, let's get into this video.
1 inch per hour snowfall rates from Baltimore to Philadelphia to New York City throughout the morning hours. That's what's going to add up so quickly and make travel really difficult. The fringe of this on the radar here to Detroit and Chicago, but the heaviest snow is falling just north of that pink line over to Washington, D.C. It's about that freezing rain, though, encasing everything.
Oh, wait. All right. So look, it looked like man, look at y'all down there in Florida, man. Man, look, you know what? Fuck all y'all. All you down Floridians, y'all always have just like the best weather, bro. It's like Florida, Cali, I would say Washington, but Washington, they be on some bullshit. It fucking rains up there a lot. But most of the time, Florida, bro, like y'all have like the most sunny days ever. It seems like if I could pick for Oklahoma weather to be like anywhere else, I probably would say Florida. Definitely Florida. But down there in Florida, y'all actually do have hurricanes, but the hurricanes seem like they only come like every once in a while. Like, I mean, once every fucking like 2, 3 years or some shit, or 4 years. In Oklahoma, there is a fucking tornado. Matter of fact, there is at least I would say the bare minimum 75 tornadoes a year in Oklahoma. Hell, at least in Florida, shit, y'all have to deal with a hurricane once every fucking like 3 or 4 years. know what I'm saying? And tornadoes in Oklahoma really they say that the tornado season is springtime, right? Like so that's from what like late March all the way up to like the middle of May, some shit like that. But in Oklahoma, there can be a tornado within any season. I've seen tornadoes happen in Oklahoma in fucking August. I've seen them happen in fucking November. Uh, y'all got it. Y'all Florida motherfuckers, man. Y'all got it made down there. Skywalker said it's about to get cold here too. Nigga, what's cold though? This nigga Skywalker probably talking about like 40 degrees. Oh, it's about to get cold down here too. What's cold? 41. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. That is not cold, goddamn it. 40 degrees is not cold. Yeah, like you can't take a Florida nigga serious. Like whenever they start talking about, whenever they start talking about, like how it's supposed to actually get cold. Man, hell no. What he said, Scott was like, they say is gonna drop in the 30. Okay. Now that right there changes things. That definitely changes things. Once you start talking about the 30s, hey, now that's gonna be a different conversation. Once you start talking about the 30s, the whole conversation change. Nipples get hard. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking knees start hurting and shit from like fucking arthritis. You know what I'm saying? Shit just start changing. You know what I mean? But I'm sick of this shit, bro. Bro, nigga. So there is, matter of fact, I don't even want to say what's next to the hotel. But all right, so look. So there is a food spot that is right next to the hotel. And this morning I thought about walking over there, and I was like, man, should I go? And whenever I like so there was a dude that was actually like walking back across the street from the fucking restaurant like that I was thinking about going to. Man, when I tell y'all that this man had bust his ass, that changed everything for me. I was like, you know what? I'm just going back upstairs because I really thought about it just for like a split second. And then as I was walking back into the hotel, like I had almost slipped, like, bro, and there was two pretty ass women, whatever, right, standing right there that were looking at me. Like, and they was like, oh my God. And I was like, man, fuck y'all, man. Yeah, bro. Like, I knew it had to do with food. That is a fact, bro. I was about to go to this restaurant, bro. And then I seen this nigga walking across the street, and this nigga had bust his ass so fucking hard. I was like, nah, bro. Nah, you know what? I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Like I got me a little like frozen meal inside of the damn refrigerator. Like, so I'll go ahead and wait. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go over here and eat this damn cream of spinach linguine pasta that I bought. You know what I'm saying? Smart ones. You know, so yeah, but it was good though. It definitely was good. Anyways, back to this damn video.
Back to Mississippi and Louisiana this morning. This morning, snow, ice, and frigid temperatures sweeping across the nation. 20 states under a state of emergency. That's more than 190 million Americans with some sort of winter weather alert. From Kansas to Tennessee, snow first blanketed major roads Saturday. In St. Louis, Missouri, several cars and semi-trucks crashed, spilling cargo all over the road. Similar scenes on Interstate 44. City firefighters battling this fire in sub-zero wind chills. People that were evacuated were moved to warming shelters. In Tennessee, officials warning of dangerous travel as freezing rain and sleet now accumulate.
This is just turning back to ice. Please stay off the roadways.
In Nashville, watch as this city bus slides off the road, narrowly missing two crashed cars and knocking down a utility pole. Crews in Oklahoma working diligently to de-ice roads and restore power lines.
We'll just keep going around the clock, and as the snow falls, we'll continue to plow.
Man, shout out to them. Yo, so yesterday I was actually talking about these about these, I guess you would call them electricians or these like public workers or whatever. These people do not get enough credit, bro. Like I know that people like to talk about like the military and shit like that. And don't get me wrong, the fucking military definitely deserves a lot of credit and a lot of respect. But bro, these people who work around the clock to make sure that we have motherfucking the right electricity, air, not fucking air, like electricity, water, you know what I'm saying, gas and shit like that, bro. These people deserve so much respect, man. So much respect, bro. Shit, without them, like there would be no lights. Like, you know what I mean? There would be no-
Texas, cars stuck along the Woodall Rogers Freeway in downtown.
Yo, hold on, wait. And this is another thing that I don't understand. Like, whenever it's ice and shit out, outside, and yes, I know that there are a lot of people like who are not used to like ice and, you know what I'm saying, snow and stuff like that, especially the people who live down there in Texas, right? Whenever it is like this, don't get on the fucking freeway. Don't get on the damn freeway. Now, if you don't have no other choice, like that's just like the only route that you can go, then I kind of like can understand it. But like, bro, stay off the fucking freeway, dog. Like, bro, most people do not know how to drive whenever it is ice and snow. Most people just fucking don't. Like, they just can't do it. Like, a lot of people panic and shit. Like, as soon as they feel like, as soon as they feel a little bit of slide or something like that, most motherfuckers panic. Straight up. Don't get on the freeway. You know how many pileups that I've seen just from me like traveling around and shit like that? Whenever it's ice, do not get on the freeway, bro. Stay off the highway because, and this is my opinion, right? So I don't know for this to be 100% true, but I feel like it's easier for the city to actually keep up on the roadways whenever it's not the freeway. Like whenever it's just like, see, in Oklahoma, see, so we actually have like snow routes and shit. Like, so these like routes, like they get like plowed first, like they get salted first and stuff like that. So there's always like a safe way to go. But bro, stay off the fucking freeway, man. Stay off the damn freeway.
Dallas after the Dallas Mavs game let out Saturday night.
I knew that this was Texas, bro. That was a lucky guess. Yo, I swear to God, I have never seen this video before. And what did I say? And I said, just like my people down there in Texas, stay off the fucking freeway. And what did she just say? I'm gonna play that again.
And as the snow falls, we'll continue to plow.
In Texas, cars stuck along the Woodall Rogers, the cold air over the warmer water in the Guadalupe River, creating steam. Freezing rain encasing cars, roads, and sidewalks in Florence, Alabama. And that accumulating ice is where we expect power outages.
You'll start to see things such as the cross arms break, even pole tops can tumble when you get around that inch of accumulation on the line.
The biggest threat right now continues to be the ice.
This storm is just getting started in the Northeast for a messy Sunday ahead. State leaders urging people to stay inside.
Please stay off the road as best you can.
Philadelphia, snow now and snow for the next 5-6 hours before the wintry mix cuts in. You could also see wind gusts up to 20.
Pittsburgh said no snow equals no snow bunnies. Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to the snow bunnies, man. I love the snow bunnies. Pittsburgh said, Kev, you let me down, brother. I thought you liked playing in the snow, my brother. Yes, I like playing inside of warm snow. You know what I'm saying? Inside of some snow that's deep, white, and wet. This snow is cold. Fuck that. I don't like this snow.
5 miles per hour, so it's tough to see around there. We've got ice storm warnings in place from Austin back to Kerrville, Texas, all the way through Mississippi, where we're seeing a lot of pictures just come in. And then worried about the 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of ice still to come in parts of western South Carolina and North Carolina. and northeast Georgia. But obviously, the winter storm warnings go all the way up into New England, where we anticipate some of the biggest snow totals, easily in excess of 1.5 feet. So let's go ahead and break it down.
Bro, this is bullshit because I was supposed to go to Nashville tomorrow, and now I'm not gonna be able to go. And now I can't go. So now I'm pissed off. I'm just gonna have to be sitting inside of this damn hotel again for another day. And which I'm not really tripping about but at the same time, I do like moving around, so but hey, this give me time to go and jump on the treadmill or go do something, I guess. But yeah, man, this shit sucks, bro.
Travel's going to be the big problem. I know we keep saying don't go out, but we keep seeing pictures come in of people out. So unless you're a first responder or you've got a job that you've got to get to, and thank you if you're a hospital worker, by the way, we do see more in the way of impacts from Mississippi through Kentucky, North Carolina. But up here, that's where the major impacts are. And you notice that Boston is now in that purple area. That purple area is where we anticipate extreme impacts going through today and tonight. And just to note, guys, we're going to be talking tornado threat later today, Gio.
See, I fucking knew it, bro. Look, watch she start talking about Oklahoma with this fucking tornado shit. It's fucking January and we sitting here talking about goddamn tornadoes.
It's all very concerning. Ginger, thank you for that.
Ginger had looked a little thick too. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Ginger. Yeah, man. But hey, man, if y'all do have to go somewhere, man, just make sure that y'all got like some pillows. I mean, not necessarily pillows, but make sure that y'all got like blankets and shit inside the car. You know what I mean? Hold up, what the fuck? All right, my bad, y'all. Housekeeping was over here knocking on the door, and I had to put the strap up. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I didn't know if they were just gonna try to fucking walk in or something. but yeah, man. NYU, let's see. NYU Outcast said in New York State, highways that go through city limits are taken care of by the DOT or highway department, not the city. Could be similar in your state. It could be. It could be. I don't know. It definitely could be. But man, so I was over here looking for topics and stuff like that just for this show. And I was looking and I was like, bro, so there was that whole shooting that happened in Minneapolis. Was it yesterday or the day before and shit like that? And I saw that Tim Walz punk ass was doing a press conference. And I haven't watched it yet, but I want to watch it with y'all. I want to see what Tim Walz has to say about it. Now, I think Tim Walz is a lying piece of shit, and I think that he is a horrible fucking governor. And and matter of fact, so this is kind of off topic, right? But as I was doing some research on the good guy Tim Walz, whatever. So whenever that Renee Nicole Good lady, like whenever she got killed, so Tim Walz actually has signed a bill into law in Minnesota, like that if you are a police officer or if you are a like federal agent or something like or something like that, and if there is somebody that is trying to like hit you, like or you feel like your life is in danger, if you are standing in front of a car, that by all means that the like officer has like full authority, like to put it into the whatever situation by force. But for some reason, like that never came out because I was over here reading. I was like, man, hold on, wait. Like, so why didn't he do a press conference talking about that then, instead of talking about how terrible ICE is? It was called let me see, what was the name of that bill? It was a certain bill. Let me see. All right, cool. So I just found it. So it's called. So in 2020, Governor Tim Walz signed the Minnesota Police Accountability Act, which includes reforms to Minnesota Statute 609.066 regarding the use of deadly force. According to, all right, whatever. Fuck all that. All right, so justification for deadly force. The statute allows law enforcement officers to use deadly force if believed, based on the totality of circumstances, that such force is necessary to protect themselves or others from death or great bodily harm. Vehicles as deadly weapons. The legal framework treats a motor vehicle as a deadly weapon when it is used to threaten or inflict harm on others. Now, why didn't Tim Walz say something about that? But they keep on making all these damn press conferences of them talking about like how ICE is so terrible, like, and how they don't need to be there and all this shit like that. But clearly this woman had put this man's life in danger. But anyways, let's watch lying ass Tim Walz about this shooting situation.
Thank you all for being here. I'll have a short statement, then I'll turn it over to Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson to update the situation, joined here by Hennepin County Sheriff Witt, State Patrol Colonel, and General Menke, the Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard. Well, as I said last week, this federal occupation of Minnesota long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. It's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of our state. And today that campaign claimed another life. I've seen the videos from several angles.
This nigga is so full of shit, bro. This is a campaign to go against Minnesotans, bro. If y'all would just work with the federal agents and work with the Trump administration, this shit would not even be happening up there. But y'all want to be dickheads and not follow the federal law. So now this is what happens. If you would have your officers, if he would have the fucking detectives go out and start actually doing whatever, right? Police work and fucking detective work, and start arresting these damn people and putting them inside of ICE custody, none of this would be happening. But they want to be idiots and they want to fight back against Donald Trump just because they do not like him so much. But this is supposed to be, bro, this nigga is full of shit.
And it's sickening. But I have a strong statement here for our federal government. Minnesota's justice system will have the last word on this. It must have the last word. As I told the White House in no uncertain terms this morning, the federal government cannot be trusted to lead this investigation. The state will handle it, period.
They've been letting y'all handle it, and the shit has gotten way out of hand. Yo, why should they let Minnesota handle anything? Whenever they got all of these, whenever there is all of this damn fraud happening up there, you got daycares popping up all over the damn place. Why should we let you handle any fucking thing? Get the fuck out, nigga. We don't need to let you handle shit.
No, sir. Always verify who it is. Always verify who it is, because you just lost your channel because I'm an evil person who put deep sea trawling on. Right now, there's German poop scat stuff going on your screen, and you're catching a strike as we speak. All right, I love you. You know, I'm just helping.
Yeah,
you are expecting. All right, before we go too far, have you seen One Battle After Another?
No.
All right, we'll discuss that later. But that movie accidentally does something that explains some part of what you're complaining about. From their perspective, what you're saying is just roll over and comply. Just give up. Just quit. You can't fight for your rights or your identity or your politics. You can't protest. You can't do any of that. Just let it happen, right? They're saying that they are hearing from you that their state does not have sovereign control of their laws, and that they have to just comply with the federal government at every stance. I know that's not quite what you're saying. You're saying handle it legally and stop getting shot. I get that, right? I find it odd the specific the specific quotient of the population that are standing and doing this stuff seems to largely be older liberal white women.
Crazy.
And there's two things in swing on that. One, only a white person to be stupid enough to be out there in that cold without getting a paycheck. And two, the most unhinged section of our modern cultural society are the middle-aged wine moms who either have matron syndrome where everyone in their lives bends to their will because they say so, or have no children.
Yeah.
They got 176 cats.
Yeah. So with you saying that, see, I believe that it's a lot of people out here like who just don't have nothing else going on like within their life. Just like you said, just like you said, a person that has like 176 cats, like they don't have no children. Like, so this right here is their fucking like outlet. Like they found something that makes them feel like they are important. Like, so now they got to go out here and march and protest for stupid shit. It makes absolutely zero sense whatsoever. White women, I love y'all to death, man. But why do y'all continue to do stupid shit like this? I'll never understand the liberal brain. I never have. And I used to be a liberal, but I was only more liberal just because just like family and shit like that, just the way that I was raised. You know, if you black, you vote this way. We only support the black person or the people that gave us food stamps, you know, all this little stupid shit.
I have an interesting take on all of this, and I think it's funny, but I've been cussed out for saying it out loud a few times. When we said the South would rise again, we never expected to have the entire weight of the U.S. government behind us when we did. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on, but I'm here for it. I don't get it, but okay. It seems irrational to me. Why would you stand up and defend people that aren't doing anything to benefit the society you've spent your entire lifetime, you know, contributing to?
Yeah, but this is the thing though. So they believe that immigrants actually are the right help America. Like they believe that illegal immigrants actually do more for America than actual American citizens, because they believe about this bullshit about like picking all of like the strawberries and corn and all this shit like that. But most of that stuff is done by fucking like machinery anyway.
Second two-tier citizenship is what they're advocating here. They're advocating for a lawless immigration status where your immigration wait, hold on. Wait, I just hadn't thought about this. This is crazy. So if there is no legal restraint from entering the country, and there's no legal requirement for you to attain citizenship, then all citizens would have a higher status than the illegal immigrants who come in, creating the two-tier citizen test, three-tier if you want to make the argument for the elite that have like, you know, the golden passports or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why would anyone support that? I mean, if you're trying to say you're trying to defend human rights, you would want them to attain citizenship to get full status, but they're not doing that. They're defending the idea of leaving them as non-citizens and outcasts in the society, basically.
Yeah, and that is why it makes zero sense.
I don't get it from either side. It's just cooked.
Yeah, I try to understand, and the only thing that ends up happening is that I get a headache. That's all I know. Like, but I look at it like this too, right? That if I break the law, like, you know, there are consequences for me actually breaking the law.
Yes.
They want for these people to break the law and just be able to just stay. Like what the fuck? And I'm not saying that everything should be fair, right? Just because life isn't fair. But this is one of those cases where you can kind of say it like, and it actually means something. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't fair, dog. This is not fair.
All right. So I was under the mistaken, perhaps, impression that the purpose of society is to sort of even ground the fairness across different disciplines, right? So we elect electors to power in order to enforce our ideals and ideas. And these electors then get into power and do whatever the hell they want, which I guess is human nature. But the idea being that the blacksmith doesn't have more power than the bread maker, and the beer monger doesn't have more power than the vendor on the street, right? They're all equal in the eyes of the law, and an illegal immigrant might not even have due process rights, depending on how you interpret the wording.
Right.
And so this would be, it allows them to be deported rather than being locked up, which I'm not sure which way. I think maybe the deportation concept would be more financially feasible for a future society where you can just remove them.
Yeah.
The problem is they're not removing them. The problem element of the immigrants, if all of the illegal immigrants came in and stayed, say, 5 years, and during that 5-year period, any of them that broke any significant laws were deported, the ones that were left might be worthy of amnesty to some extent. The problem is the lawbreakers are not being removed. The scammers are not being removed. None of these people are being processed through the court system as perpetrators. It's almost as if they're going through as victims.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I was watching it was like a little like video or documentary or whatever the hell you want to call it. And over in Boston, they were like arresting whatever illegal immigrants, and they would just like let them right back out. Like, and these people have done some of the most like heinous shit that you can ever think of, and they just like release them because they feel like they've already been through enough getting over here and all this shit like this. So they were letting these people just fucking like wreak havoc on motherfucking American citizens and just like letting them back out. Like a police officer arrest them for shooting at somebody or robbing somebody, and then they just let them right back out. Like what kind of shit is that? Like, you are a public bro. You are, if you are a person of that is in charge of public safety or some shit like that, bro, you need to be fired. Matter of fact, you need to go to fucking jail. Whoever that damn DA or prosecutor is over there, she needs to be locked the fuck up, bro.
First of all, unfortunately, the police are largely municipal things. It's sheriffs that are really influencing larger areas, and they're typically either appointed or elected. In most Democrat places, I think they're appointed. So in most of your big cities, your sheriff will be appointed by, like, maybe it's different in different cities, sheriff, police, chief of police, all that stuff. But the fact is that the sheriff is more beholden unto the state than the city is, right? And so the orders come from the top down, and if the city and if the mayor and the governor disagree, you get some weird change-ups in policy and stuff where if you're arrested on the left side of this line, this is why sanctuary cities exist. If you're arrested on the left side of this line, you go free. If you're arrested on the right side of this line, you're charged federally. At this point, there's been long enough elections, enough time for the ideals of the inner city mayors and the influence that that has on counties to elect sheriffs, that a lot of the throughput of political concepts have become kind of solidified in the system, and that catch and release concept is just the way it is. And and then you turn around and you have a situation like that fellow who accidentally killed the guy in the subway by choking him out.
Yeah,
right? Tried to stab somebody or something, and homeboy grabbed him and killed him. And I mean, okay, at the worst I would charge that man with was manslaughter, because it wasn't intentional murder. He didn't just kill that guy. He restrained him a little too forcefully, and that is a risk you take when you put a sleeper on somebody or any kind of breath restriction whatsoever. Hell, just getting that excited might cause a freaking heart attack. Either one of them boys could have died. And if it had been the guy who was restraining him, you wouldn't have even made the news.
Yeah. Well, I kind of disagree with you a little bit, but this is just me though, because I wouldn't have I wouldn't have charged him at all. Like, I'd have been like, hey, listen, look.
I was saying the worst possible charge would have been like maybe manslaughter or negligent homicide, something like that. Not an intentional murder. And they brought that fucker up on murder 1 to start with.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. What was his name? I think his name was Jacob or something like that. Let me see.
Something like that.
In New York. What was his name?
I can't remember, but I remember just looking at it and going, okay, so that is an entirely politically motivated case. And if that same situation had happened in a Dairy Queen in South Texas, I don't, yeah, sure, you can have opinions if you like. I don't care what they are. If that same situation had played out in the Dairy Queen in South Texas, that man would be held as a hero. Or
absolutely,
if that man had, if that, I'm sorry, my stuttering's coming back. Fuck.
No, you good. I'll stutter too, nigga.
I know, but I've usually, it's early.
You good.
If it had occurred and that dude was Chinese, or he was black, or he was Filipino, and he saved somebody from being stabbed or attacked or whatever, that dude would be a hero. But because it was a white guy that killed a black guy in a public place on a train like that, it fit the narrative so well that they've been riding on for the past few years. It inflamed a bunch of people. It did exactly what they wanted it to do. 2 people can watch the same video and one says, look, that is intentional homicide, that is murder. One, lock him up, and the other guy looks at it and says, well, I mean, he was already harassing people. Wasn't he just defending someone?
Yep. And you are so right. It just had fit their narrative. So you know that I live in the great state of Oklahoma, and a few years ago there was this black guy that had walked inside of a gas station here that is called Quick Trips, right? And he just had walked in and he just like had shot a white dude right in like the back of the head. Like he just walked in there and had just like killed the dude, right? Like whenever the police had started or whatever interviewing him and like whenever they started interviewing him and stuff like that. And so they asked him, like, so why'd you do it? And he just said like that it was because the guy was white. And nobody heard shit about it. Like, this was not on national news, no nothing. Like he just found a random white person and just walked in there and just shot him.
And if that had been reversed racially, homeboy would be brought up on hate crime charges.
Absolutely. And that shit would have been everywhere. Like, bro, you would have seen, what's that damn lawyer that be all over the damn place whenever a fucking like Anthony Crump or Benjamin Crump, that piece of shit. I can't stand that motherfucker, man.
He would have spawned out of the pavement behind the dude with his arm around him.
We got you, brother.
We've been through this before.
Yeah, I can't stand Ben Crump, bro. That nigga ain't shit. Ain't shit.
He's just Al Sharpton 2.0.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't even see why Al Sharpton is such this like beloved figure amongst black people. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me, bro. This nigga ain't did shit, bro.
This is a very weird panel I've found myself on. I am on the oppositional view of the host, who is, and I do not want to defend Al Sharpton in the least, but I can kind of understand it. If you come from less than stellar beginnings and you reach a level of notoriety as Al Sharpton, I mean, he's obviously he's been paid, he's done all those things, and he's known some hugely influential people, represented a few of them in court. And that, I mean, by any measure, I believe you can count that as a success as far as a career is concerned, right?
Yeah.
So I could see why people would look at him and go, you know, that's impressive, if not, you know, honorable.
Yeah. So the whole like rags to riches story, people like that shit.
Think maybe.
Yeah.
And he never left the ghetto kind of concept. You know, it's just you can take the kid out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the kid. You know.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing here. I'm looking. I don't have any white analogies for that. Eminem's a rapper, so that don't count.
Yeah. If I had to guess on what it would be, though, I probably would say it was because he was friends with Martin Luther King. That might be the only thing.
That was the bit that locked him in as a political leader figure, because when King died, Sharpton was one of the other black representatives in the culture that was able to step forward and take on some of that load. I might not agree with what he did with it, but he did step up and you know, throw his shoulder into it. You got to respect the effort.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like it's just like the people that we choose to celebrate are the people who ain't really did shit. Like they ain't, like we celebrate Al Sharpton, we celebrate Reverend Jesse Jackson, bro. These motherfuckers, these are weak ass men, bro. Like who have never done anything for anybody. They're just a face. They are riding that whole whatever civil rights wave back from the fucking like 60s and 70s. These people do not do anything. All they do is go to church, preach, and talk about how bad white people are. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. We tired of hearing that same old shit.
I just want to say I can read statistics too, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. At the same time, I see what you're saying about how they seem to have championed the victimhood narrative right out front as an identity rather than trying to change being a victim, right? We don't overcome. We utilize victimhood status in order to gain clout points to browbeat our bullies over the head. So they cry bully their way to success.
Yeah.
You remember the first time you come across a cry bully in your life that you realized that's what you had just seen?
A cry bully?
Yeah, you know what a cry bully is, right?
No, hold on, wait. No, what is a cry bully? That was my next question.
Come in and they tell you that, well, you're the reason that all the bad things are happening to me, and I didn't have any control over it. But at the same time, the power they have to undermine you and to browbeat you with their victimhood points. You know, that's a cry bully.
Yeah.
If you shun them and ice them out, you're seen as being exclusionary. But if you let them in, the fact that you are forced to allow them to say them stuff in front of you makes you beneath them, because they are forcing your hand through the clout of the internet. I don't play none of those games. If you come in saying you're a victim, I say, fine, I'll victimize your ass.
Yeah, right. I can't stand the whole victim shit, bro. Like, and that is one of the things that had got me away from this whole like Democrat shit, bro, because it's like, bro, y'all don't, matter of fact, watch this video right here. This woman has summed it up perfectly, bro. Watch this shit.
The rest of my life, I'll be doing the Lord's work. I'm going to make sure no black person is a Democrat ever again. I hope you got enough common sense and critical thinking to understand what's going on right now. I'm about to give you all the facts. Every day I think I'm going to come on here and tell you what these clowns have done to you. Can you just notice that they never got a solution for you and they always calling you a victim? That's number one. You always need Medicaid. You always need food stamps. You always need government assistance. Why? Why you can't need a job? Why you can't need an education? Why you can't need a better job? Why you can't need a house? Why you can't need a better car? Why you can't need better things than motherfucking government assistance? Lyndon Johnson said he gonna have these niggas voting for Democrats for the next 200 years because that's how goofy you is. They filibustered the Civil Rights Act. It was the last record they had in Congress. They took men out of your homes. They would rather them be homosexual than to be a man in a home raising a family. Do y'all not see this? They claim to be Christians but do everything against God. Are y'all Christians? I do not understand what's happening. Do you believe God's word or do you make it fit to your lifestyle? I do not understand what's going on. Was the dashikis not enough? When they walk their ass out there with dashikis on and your ass ain't never been to Africa. But they thought the dashiki was unity for you. They play in your damn face. They play in your face and you let them do it. You let them work up your emotions. You let them build fear. What happened to us being slaves now? We supposed to be slaves 6 months into the Trump presidency and all locked up in concentration camps. These niggas is it.
Can we clone her? We need 5 million of that woman out here. We need one on every street corner.
That is a fact, bro. She had broke it down perfectly, bro. Like, why do you always need food stamps? Why do you always need fucking Section 8? Like, these motherfuckers, no, they don't give you any type of opportunity or tell you, hey, listen, look, like, so you should try to do this better. They just like, nah, man, you know what? We are going to just like, right, give you everything to make sure that you will never get ahead. And then they literally convince niggas that the reason why you cannot get ahead is because of some fucking random ass white person somewhere. Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Go ahead.
I could say the same thing she said. I'd get booted off YouTube probably.
Absolutely.
That is a logical, rational woman who has sat down and thought about the decisions she made in her life and changed her life, I believe, for the better. I don't like the soft racism of low expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of the things, it's one of the most difficult things to illuminate to someone who doesn't want to see it, right? You can give them examples 10,000 times, and in every single example, they'll say, oh, well, it's because some other Democrat talking point. It's systemic oppression. That's not individual oppression. Oh, wait, no, it's generational. It's not this lifetime. It's your ancestors that caused that, right? And I ask this is the one question I've been able to get through where people just end up like kind of nutting up a little bit on.
Mm-hmm.
Am I guilty of my father's sins? Are you?
No.
Can you hold me responsible for that which my ancestors did? Can I hold you responsible?
Nope.
Okay, so the whole reparations question goes out the window on a moral footing right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but these niggas are ignorant. Like, they don't want to hear that shit. They look at it like this, right? You white, I'm black, pay me. Because that's basically it. When if you look at, because niggas claim that we have built America, right? And my thing is this, right? Yes, black people definitely did help with the whole building of America, but we act like this was a solo job. This wasn't a solo job. Everybody had worked collectively together. Native Americans, white people, black people. We all had a hand in building up America. This wasn't just like solely a nigga job. Like, they act like Native Americans was not fucking slaves too.
I think
like they act like bro, like what the fuck?
I think it was Samuel Clements that said, and I hear he was talking about I can't pin it down. He was like at a dinner party or maybe a ritzy restaurant, and he went in and sat down and was eating with some notable figure who wanted to meet Mark Twain, you know, and they're sitting there and they're talking, and it came to the practice of slavery, and there's 2 or 3 people at the table, and there was a black waiter that was waiting on them, and someone noticed that Samuel Clemens was pouring his own wine. He was basically tending to himself while everyone else stood there and let the maitre d' do the things, right? And someone commented something on it, and his response was something along the lines of, in the great history of our nation, we have come across many growing pains, but it has created a most interesting stew of dependency and self-sustainability. That's not right. I'm paraphrasing. But he's basically saying that some of us choose to be done for and others choose to do, and I choose to do for myself.
That's a fact, bro.
Right.
I don't want nobody handing me shit, bro. Like, see,
Did you freeze up? I think you froze up. Yeah. Okay. Snow demons have gotten him. We got a man down, YouTuber down. Get the streamer police out here. We need help. That man needs to be dug out of that hotel stat. He needs hot water bottles and some Hennessy. And I'm sure Kev will be back in a second. What's up, Pablo? I'm just saying, the more independent individuals are, regardless of background, the more likely they are to be able to overcome trauma. And one of the features of these narratives of victimhood complexes are to basically present your trauma as your primary feature, and then state that you're oppressed because of that. So one could make the argument that, say, okay, well, I was abused as a child by a very violent uncle, and because of that, I have certain traumas, which means when I'm in public and interacting with different people, if they look a certain way, I might react negatively, not because I have a problem with them, but because I have an internal trauma that responds a certain way to a certain type of beard or whatever. Like, I really hate those little handlebar jobs with the goatee. They just, they grow real when I stop it.
My bad.
Welcome back, my brother. I was sending ICE agents out to go check on you. They were going to dig you out, bring you some hot water bottles and some Hennessy. You'll be fine. We're going to save you. And he freezes again.
Yeah. My bad.
You good?
No.
I'm just saying the
Can you hear
narrative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you. The narrative seems to be that your trauma, your most traumatic trauma, is your primary identity quality. And because of this, you're basically backdating an opinion. Like, your opinion isn't formed by conscious critical thinking today. It was formed 20 years ago when something happened and how it made you feel then. That makes any sense. I might not be saying it very well.
Well, I wouldn't say 20 years ago. These niggas still got the same
Whenever
mindset
the trauma took place. I'm saying the trauma is what's making the decision. Whatever traumatic event is that affected you in a negative light, from that day forward, you, without any further critical thinking, you just knee-jerk react to certain situations in a certain way because that's how you wanted to react then. Yeah, I'm not doing it well.
Okay. No. You good. I'm trying to get this internet to work over here.
Yeah. You fiddle with that for a minute. Let me try to parse this out in a way that makes sense. So take a young child who
give me one second.
goes to. Go ahead. You do what you got to do. I'm just gonna spoke this out for me. goes to the park and gets scared by a clown. The clown has deep rougy cheeks, a little bit of white paint around the edge of his face, and really big painted on eyes. 20 years later, he looks at two people running for the same office. And one of them is an absolute fucking scumbag, and the other one looks like a clown. It looks like that clown, as a matter of fact. Even if the clown face is the one that has every single talking point, all of the policies, everything that gentleman adheres to, there's not a snowball's chance in hell that he's going to vote for the clown face that scared him when he was a kid, and he might not even remember why. So, I mean, he'll vote for the devil himself before he votes for that face, and might not have a conscious, rational explanation for why. And that is the gap between critical thinking and conscious decision and emotional decisions made by a past traumatized self. And that's the gap they're taking advantage of. You have to be self-aware of yourself now and not buy in to knee-jerk propagandized pieces. Because when you see things like take that specific ice shooting, the first one that set everything off, right? Two people, Democrat and a Republican, watch that same footage, and one says, "Look, it's murder," and the other one points at it and says, "Look, she hit him. She assaulted an officer, he murdered a citizen," and they're both watching the same thing. And that goes to their projected intent and motivation into the frame. It's not the people in the frame's decisions or intent. It's the people watching it projecting their own assumptions onto it. And that is the danger of a right-left, good, bad dichotomy, is it leaves little room for doubt in the middle, and everything is actually a gray space.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, but it makes sense though. Yeah, because as soon as I saw the video, the very first thing that came to my mind was just like, oh, she hit him. Everybody else like, oh my gosh, this is nothing but just pure murder. Bro, but critical thinking skills, bro. And this is gonna sound terrible, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it anyway. A lot of niggas lack critical thinking skills. And yes, I know that we can say to everybody, yes, but damn it, I'm racist.
Okay, you do that. I'm too light-skinned to pull that shit off. And that ain't nothing on nobody. That's my fault.
Yeah. But definitely though, so there are a lot of people who lack critical thinking skills. But it's like with the way that my brain works, it just comes automatic for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. If somebody had got shot or something like that by an ICE agent, the first thing that comes to my mind is just damn, so what did they do? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that goes to my mind. Yeah, I don't just be like, oh my gosh, they just killed somebody else. So now we need to go to the streets. Motherfucker, you don't even know what the fuck happened. You just acting out.
That's what I was talking about earlier, about people seeing one angle of a 6-second video and making their decisions, and future decision making is out. There is no additional critical thought that goes into the decision making on whether they believe it is a good thing or a bad thing. They believe it is a bad thing, and so they interpret everything they see from that moment forward to support their own claim. I have literally ended up in a conversation where me and the other guy were saying the same words and both agreeing, and yet still it's murder, it's self-defense. And we were split because even though you agree that she struck him with the car and he shot her, he wanted to break it down into even smaller parts and say, well, the first 2 shots didn't kill her, it was the third shot. And by then he was out from in front of the car. And I was like, well, by then he had already been struck by it. So it doesn't make a fuck. It's in the past. But none of that matters. None of that actually matters when it comes down to breaking down this incident. What matters was the first shot, when the commitment to using deadly force was made, there was a physical bodily harm threat to the officer at that moment. And a reasonable person, any officer, anyone, might have moved to try to protect themselves.
Absolutely.
That's
And to
standard.
be honest with you, I think that Renee, I don't think, damn, I'm never going to get monetized. No, but I don't think that the cop had did. I mean, how can I put this? If I was the cop, the situation would have been way, way worse. Because she would have got all 17. Like she got lucky with 3. Bro,
I hear you.
Bro, she would have been unrecognizable by the time I finished pulling that damn trigger, bro.
I hear you, and I don't necessarily think you're wrong. I think, first of all, I don't think I would have put myself in that position for it to be an issue. But that's beside the point.
Mhm.
You know, when you take on the responsibility of gun ownership, there is an unwritten assumption you're going to be safe and responsible with it, right?
Mhm.
And so I've taken gun classes, I've taken shooting courses, I've been to shooting ranges, I've done all of that stuff. I would not have put myself in that position. I would not have used myself to try to inhibit the movement of a vehicle, because that's just fucking stupid. But even if he did, and I'm not saying he did, even if he did, a rational citizen in a normal situation would have pulled over, stopped, given the ID, and had the conversation of I'm trying to go over here. That's apparently not what was going on. She wasn't interested in clearing the road. She wasn't interested in having an interaction, but I don't think she was interested in getting shot in the face either.
Nah, but this is the risk that you take. And see, and the sad part about all of this is that these damn liberals will see that woman get shot inside of the face, and instead of being like, man, you know what, maybe we should just like chill out, like we should stay away from this. It like fuels them more to want to go out there even more, like to be made a fucking like example out of. This is why I call these people idiots. Like, and I know that we like to throw around that word idiot, but bro, these people are literally fucking retards, bro.
Are they?
Crazy. Yes,
Let
they
me
are.
put it this way. Do you believe yourself of at least average intelligence?
Yeah, I would say average, yeah.
Then half these motherfuckers are dumber than you are, and their vote counts just as much as yours.
I know, and it's sad. Yo, but I honestly believe that most people shouldn't even be allowed to vote. I think that you shouldn't be allowed to vote unless you own property or something. Like there needs to be something set in place.
You have to define what real property is. That's going to be an issue in the modern legal system, is defining the line between owning a car and getting the vote, or owning like a fucking light bulb or what the hell ever, versus owning a piece of land. And how much land do you have to own? No matter how you set that up, you're going to price people out. So there'll be some asshole in Arizona selling 1 foot square sections of land like they were doing that Scottish titles bullshit.
Yeah. What's up, Pittsburgh?
Hey, so you can't police stupidity, bro. You just can't do it.
That's right. Stupidity is far more dangerous than intent. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then if you every action has a reaction. Like certain shit you shouldn't do, because the thing that people got to remember, you can't control another individual. You can only control yourself. Hell, you got kids, you can't even control your own damn kids. So to think that you do something and you're limiting what you think or believe the response to be to another adult, when you're talking about somebody that's a law enforcement officer, you probably shouldn't do it. It's just simple as that, because you never know where that goes. And that then that situation with that lady in Minnesota, that was less than 2 seconds. If you watch the actual tape. So I mean, within 2 seconds, that's a crazy amount of time to have a reaction. So we never know what that situation is. Simple and plain, the lady should have just complied. She wouldn't be going through none of this. Because the problem was that if you look at the initial problem, where she was in the middle of the street, blocking the entire street so that they could not go by with the ICE percussion. That's what the problem was. That's why they went and addressed her. So a lot of this stuff these people are causing, and then they're playing victim. Don't do dumb stuff like that. That would be my suggestion. You want to protest? That's fine, but you should not be getting in the way of cops like that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like she just put herself inside of a bad situation. And everybody keeps on saying, man, you know what? Like, we should feel sorry for her. Why? Like, I genuinely don't feel sorry for her. Like, I just don't. And then people start talking about her kids and shit like that. Bro, she wasn't thinking about none of that shit. Like, whenever she had pressed that damn gas, or whenever she had went out there inside of the first damn place.
In the first place, making the decision to go and make okay, first of all, to voluntarily make contact with law enforcement is some fucking wild work, bro.
Yeah.
If I found out there were going to be cops at a party I was going to, I might avoid that party. Not because I don't like cops, but just because anytime you're within proximity of law enforcement, you're very liable to catch a charge. In fact, I can't think of a single charge ever laid that didn't happen in the presence of law enforcement to some extent. They're the ones who do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't, bro.
You're talking about
growing
stupid.
up, I tried to avoid the police as much as I possibly could.
Yes.
Bro. Like, I'm not like, fuck that. Yeah, like, you went and put yourself right in the middle of a fucking like investigation. Like, bitch, are you stupid? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Well, it's intent. It was intentional. I think the purpose of this entire exhibit, the whole thing is exhibitional. It's a performative art more than it is anything else. They're like, I'm gonna be the one that changes everything, and some of these people are willing to sacrifice themselves. I've got a video up. I can share it. It's backstage, and it is why stupidity is more dangerous.
That's you?
than
Okay.
evil. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. All right. I'm about to play it here.
It's broken into
I
a
wasn't
handful
sure. I was like, is
of
this
short
fucking-
sections, right? But I want Pittsburgh to have whatever say he wants to have before we get into it.
Go ahead, Pittsburgh. Oh, he might have walked
No,
off or something. Go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. Let's play it. Let's see what you got. Let's keep it going.
All right. So the premise here is that stupidity is more destructive than actual evil intent. Do you agree or disagree?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. We all agree. I agree too. Yes.
Right into it.
We were looking at a shooting video. Let me get it sped back up.
Got Hoblo in the building.
Hoblo. What up, Skywalker?
Number 6. They don't.
You got anything to say before we get started?
Hoblo, you on
Who,
mute?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you, bro.
No. I'm good. I just figured I'd join the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Go ahead and play the video.
All right, brother. You know the premise of the video? Okay.
Feel guilty. Evil people usually have a conscience problem. Stupid people have a comprehension problem. And somehow, that's worse. When someone does something evil, there's often guilt involved. Even psychopaths understand the rules they're breaking. They know there's a line. They just step over it on purpose. Stupid people don't even see the line, or they see it and think it's decorative. Your brain uses guilt as a kind of internal braking system. It slows you down. It makes you pause and think, wait, maybe this is a bad idea. But guilt only works if you understand cause and effect. If you can't connect your actions to outcomes, guilt never shows up to work. This is why stupid decisions repeat themselves, over and over. The same mistake, same excuse, same shocked face. Because from their perspective, nothing they did caused this. It was fate, or bad luck, or someone else sabotaging them. Never them. Evil people often stop when the cost gets too high. Stupid people double down. They don't learn from consequences because learning requires reflection. And reflection requires admitting you were wrong, which feels like death to the ego. So instead of guilt, you get confidence. Instead of correction, you get repetition. And instead of fixing the problem, you get a loop of increasingly bad decisions stacked on top of each other like a Jenga tower built by someone who hates physics. Number 5.
All right. You hear all of that? You understand what that man just said?
Yeah, it's basically Hamlin's razor. Hamlin's razor. Never attribute to malice that what you can attribute to incompetence.
It is, but at the same time, this is stating it without giving a pass to those bastards who are stupid and evil, right? Like, you still hold some responsibility on your morality, even if you're a fucking moron. But with Hamlin's razor, you're supposed to forgive their evil in exchange for assuming they're just dumb.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. Like, because I used to think that a lot of these people, like, that they didn't know that what they were doing was actually wrong. Like, you know, like, but damn, because I don't know. I
They
just
know.
thought that.
They're being reinforced by groups. The other problem is you got big, large groups that agree the same stupid shit. So it's perpetuates.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that a lot on TikTok now. It's basically I'll give an example. After what happened in Minnesota yesterday, there are videos that are popping up that are saying, oh, this person works for insert federal government agency here. And then they'll say something like, you know what you need to do. And then a week after that person gets hurt, they come back and say, I didn't tell you to hurt them. Dummy, come on, man.
Yeah.
We
that's
know
crazy.
exactly what you implied. Stop.
Orwell wrote about this in 1984 with the concept of newspeak, doublespeak, and postspeak.
Yes.
They know what they're saying, and you know what they're saying, but there's no way to legally pin down that they said that, because that's not what they said. Right. So the next bit here is it goes out of the realm of controllability. If someone is doing evil, they're doing evil for a purpose. They are making immoral decisions to attain a goal. And because there is goal-oriented tasking involved, it's predictable. Stupid people aren't doing it because they want something. They just think they're right and they're dumb. And so there's a lack of predictability to it that makes them so much more unpredictable than an actual evil person. And I think that's the trap of Hamlin's razor, is that you forgive the evil before you ever decide they are actually dumb. It is first, oh, they're just stupid, and you allow the evil to perpetuate itself through your life until you go, oh, whoa, wait a second. Not only is he dumb, he's also evil.
They're predictably unpredictable. Here's the weird part. Evil people are often easier to predict than stupid ones. Evil has goals, power, money, control, revenge. You can map it. You can anticipate it. You can say, if they want X, they'll probably do Y. That makes them dangerous, sure, but at least their danger follows logic. Stupidity has no roadmap. It wakes up every day and chooses chaos. A stupid person might do the right thing by accident, then immediately undo it because it felt weird. Their decisions aren't driven by strategy. They're driven by vibes, gut feelings. A headline they misunderstood.
Did these motherfuckers just describe a Democrat to a T?
Wow. Hell yeah, he did. I'm sitting over here like, whoa, vibes and all this other stupid shit. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I can't.
I need for you to post this link inside the private chat, because I need to show this to people.
Gotcha.
I mean, I only add this far how stupid they are. They think they're gonna have court on the side of the road. Like they trying to act like they can have a whole court on the side of the road with police or ICE. I mean, that's the most idiotic shit ever. Black people know automatically off top just to comply, and you fight that in court later. The problem is that they're getting treated like we've always been treated. That's the problem. They have these special privileges. Most of us, majority of us. We talk to our kids about this shit.
That's been the point that I've been making throughout this entire ICE debacle with all of this. There is no point in having that screaming match on the side of the road with a cop, because either way you're going to end up in court and having to explain yourself to a judge. The best bet is once you cross that cop, once that man says you're detained, you're arrested, I just zip and go to court. Get the court person that makes the actual decision and stop jerking off on the side of the road. This is where stupidity and emotions come in, where they're fucking doing shit by vibes.
Yep. Exactly. And then you end up just like George Floyd with a fucking knee on your damn neck.
Well, he passed a fake $20 bill and chewed on a speedball, so that's a little different.
I got.
No, he tried to like fight the cop too, though. Like he wasn't going like willingly and shit. This nigga was sitting there arguing and shit. What'd you say, Cat? Sasquatch?
The video. I got the video back. I dropped
you got
the
another one
link
back there?
the video's back. Yeah.
Yeah, you look as I mentioned to people, it's like, you know what you guys need to do is, if you think you're being wrongfully detained, hashtag not legal advice, but I'm like, dude, save it for the court. Smile and wave. If you get the charges kicked, then at that particular point, I would rather you take a payday than take an out date, right? Like an exit date.
Maybe don't smile. I mean, I'm just saying when they play, look,
they talk too much. That's the other problem. They talk too damn much. Stop trying to be a fucking lawyer. Shut your damn mouth.
I said smile and wave, but it's basically, you know what? Just take the L because it's only temporary. Don't do anything stupid.
But because they think they're lawyers, they talk so much they end up incriminating themselves. Shut the fuck up, take your ticket. That's it.
Every time they talk themselves into a hole. That's hilarious to me. It's like,
yes. I tell everyone that comes on YouTube that I host if I can remember to say it. I'm not sure if I told Kev. Never do anything or permit anything to take place on panel that you don't want read back to you as a transcript in a courtroom.
Exactly.
Think that through for a minute and consider all the crap you've seen happen on panels. And imagine sitting in the witness box having to say, yes, I hosted that. Yes, that's what's happening. Yes, that's correct.
Well, not only that, but it's a transcript, right? So what was said on panel and how it's said in court are two different things. Like somebody could be jovial, and then all of a sudden, like, no, stop it. This is crazy. You guys are effed up. I'm gonna F you up, basically. But they're playing around. But then in court they read it. No, stop. What are you doing? I'm gonna F you.
And then you've got some dude that sounds like fucking what's his name? The narrator for the Penguin.
I have no idea.
March of the Penguins. He does all the narration. He's the voice of God, literally, in several movies. Not Samuel L. Jackson. Morgan Freeman.
I was figuring Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. All right. So then they get some lawyer that sounds like Morgan Freeman going, "No, take your hands off of me. I want to be free. You can't stop me. I'm going to do it." It's like having them read a manga, you know. It just doesn't come across without
it doesn't come across the same.
It's going to be terrible.
And if you're on the jury,
right, the 12 white women on that jury with 137 cats between them, hear this. You're
and then look, this is the other thing about the side of the road. Asking for a supervisor 90% of the time is not going to change anything. So, like, your best bet is just to shut the fuck up. Just take your shit and move on. Because the court is the one that really has to work that law.
99, brother. Asking for a supervisor is basically telling the officer involved that you don't have any faith in his capability to fulfill his duties.
Yeah, just take the punishment. Whatever he's trying to adjudicate, you go to court with that. You don't have court on the side of the road. Pull out a law book. That's stupid. Only
the same thing when it comes to these damn warrants. There are so many people. I've seen them on YouTube panels. I have a day job. I couldn't jump on those panels at the time, but they'll say something like an administrative warrant is not a judicial warrant. I'm like, dude, I do this for a living. You are literally giving these dummies enough knowledge for them to hurt themselves. And then when they do get hurt, they're going to come after you idiots. Like, don't go there. That's a fight that you don't want.
I wonder where do these people get their fucking legal advice from? Like you think
TikTok.
that they just like watch it?
TikTok.
Oh, really? It's TikTok?
Yes.
TikTok and these damn sovereign citizen manuals.
Yeah, I was fixing to go there, dude. In the process of interviewing First Amendment auditors, which is kind of how my show started up in the first place, right? I used to watch like sovereign citizen and First Amendment auditor videos. I started my channel, and here's an interesting thing I learned. First Amendment activists who are out there filming police are perfectly willing to come on camera and tell you why they're doing it, how they got to do it, what purposes they hope to fulfill. They actually have thought about why they're doing it, what they're doing. But the frauditors and the people who got hooked up by a cop and decided to take advantage of the First Amendment activist economy, They will not come on the camera. They will not discuss it. They do not care what anyone else thinks. They are literally here just to glom clout, views, and sympathy off of the people who don't understand what is actually happening, right? So you've got some people like Jeff Gray, Joe Cool is a perfect example. I'm going to use Joe Cool. I love that man to death. He's one of my favorite YouTubers in history, right? And I get to talk to him like every day, and I fucking love it. So Joe Cool does this because he truly believes that this stuff needs to be documented in order for case law and changes and policies and stuff to take place. And he is correct. So in my mind, he's doing it for the right reasons. And he has such a dynamic personality and such an infectious laugh that if he chose to do it just for the money, he could make some serious bank by doing a few fake videos. I'm talking, he would triple his freaking viewership and suddenly, you know, be bringing home, you know, 6-figure check every month. But he doesn't do that because that's not what he's interested in. And me and him, we go at loggerheads a lot. Like, not because we dislike each other, but because we're on opposite sides of some specific event, and we'll chop that up for an hour sometimes, and be very vociferous and very vocal.
Oh, he's very vocal. I like him too, but to criticize him, I think more could be said. More could be done if he just filmed and act in silence, because he's shown some of the stuff that he's filmed, and I'm like, dude.
Yes, it's wild.
You got them like they're screwed. Like your video,
crazy work. That's some crazy work, dude. He does some crazy work, and I am utterly freaking impressed by it. But at the same time, I have more respect for his critical thinking skills than to believe he actually believes some of the trash that comes out of his mouth. He believes it ideologically, not in the moment on the ground. Although I'm not calling him shallow. If he got tested, I think maybe his views would change if he was tested in that specific ballywig, right? So I'm not calling him duplicitous. I'm not saying anything negative about the man. He's one of the people on YouTube I can sit and talk to for hours, and we'll just change the subject when we get fed up with a particular topic. Most people can't put it down. I lost where I was going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but most of these people ain't that, bro. They're chasing behind and they're doing dumb. They don't know what they're doing. They're just yelling at these ICE agents like they're just going to disappear because they don't like ICE, which is stupid. It's an actual agency from the government. It's not going to disappear. They have a mandate and a job to do. You cannot agree with it, but ICE isn't disappearing. So the idea that they're just going to leave is fucking crazy.
And the weird doublespeak that the governor is using to try to place the blame on Trump while claiming a victimhood position and telling everyone to stand up for rights that I don't even think or even know if exist, you know.
Well, that goes back into the 10th Amendment stuff, and good Lord, Mayor Fry and Governor Walz. Well, Governor Walz is evil. He's doing this on purpose. He's perverting the 10th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution on purpose because he knows that there are village idiots that don't know what that means. And so since he's the governor, he has the authoritative voice, if that makes any sense. Fry, however, is basically like, get out of Minneapolis. You guys do whatever you need to do to get ICE out of Minneapolis. They can't enforce state law. And I'm thinking, you're right. They can't enforce state law. They're not enforcing state law.
Right, exactly. That's the thing.
They wouldn't have to be there. If they didn't have sanctuary cities, they wouldn't have to be there. That's the biggest problem.
But the thing is,
they wouldn't have to.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me say this part.
Go ahead,
Let me just say this part real quick. They wouldn't have to be there if they didn't have sanctuary cities where they're protected. And the second part is what they're doing is the same thing that the hypocritical thing that they said Trump was doing for January 6th. They're inciting riots.
It's literally, it's literally the exact same thing, but the difference is they're actually burning the city down. Good Lord, imagine if this were to happen in April or May, and not right now where it's negative 30 degrees in Minneapolis. The city would be on fire right now.
Yeah.
Do you know
Universal Jones and I talked about this yesterday.
Do you know why it's only white women out there doing this?
Why?
They blend in better with the snow.
You asked.
That was a good joke. That was a good joke. I love white women. But whenever I see them out there protesting stupid shit, it kind of like brings my love level down just a little bit. I'm like, damn, why,
Dude,
dude? Go home and bake some damn cookies or something.
Have you ever seen a white woman in nature? They will walk up to a bear and take a selfie, and the bear will let them. You need to take note of that shit. They're dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
That explains why the white women that were in these surveys over the past 8 months were like, I would rather choose the bear than the guy when it comes to nature. Now it starts to make sense.
Yeah.
Their periods attract bears.
Yeah, white women will walk up to just about any damn thing for real. Shit is crazy.
Well, not only that, but the men that orbit them, like you'll see these guys. I'm sorry, like they'll look lanky as hell. They'll have what you think is a mustache, but I don't think it's a mustache. And you can tell they're not men, if that makes any sense. Like they're men, but they're not men. And to me, that's this girl's threatening to cut him off sexually if he doesn't participate in the protest.
Well, like, weenie ass niggas, man, bro. I can't stand these bitch ass niggas all like that, bro. These niggas will do anything for coochie, dog. Like it's like
it's hilarious.
They lose every type of moral that they ever had. Like, I mean, just do anything for coochie.
But I can respect the effort, bro. I mean, do you realize how tiny you have to crush yourself down into a little box to fit in the cubby she wants to put you in?
That's crazy.
They put themselves in the.
I ain't never wanted no pussy that bad.
She doesn't even have to try. Like they're already there. Like here I am.
Do they score?
I'll do whatever you want for me to do. Just don't cut me off for sex, please.
The assumption is these guys are actually scoring. I think they're the friend zone kids, actually.
Really? They're scoring with people that you or I would not want to score with, though, guys. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. So you think that they are doing this in hopes just to get some?
Yes, if that one of these desperate old white women will eventually touch their Peter. Yes.
Wow.
If they're just good enough little boys and subvert their own identity deep enough into the group.
Yeah,
it's young ones too now. You got young college women doing this shit too. That's the biggest problem.
But the difference is the young college women that are doing it. I know I graduated. I went to college. What they're not doing it for the same reason that these older, I call them professional protesters, are doing it for. The college people are doing it. As weird as this sounds, they don't. Some of them don't even agree with the sentiment, but they're there because it's extra credit, and that's the difference between a 3.5 GPA and a 4.0.
Right. And as soon as these people get out into an actual workforce and have to deal with actual competition, their political cheese starts sliding off their cracker. They start noticing the what is it? Cognitive dissonance between the conceptual world they've been planning to live in versus the actual feet on the ground
versus reality.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Caucasian. I'll give you an anecdote real quick, and you guys might have been in similar situations. When I was a political science and communications double major, we had a debate against the criminal justice majors. It was myself and like 5 other people, and it's funny because 4 of those people went to law school. 3 of them are lawyers. I'm not yet. If I could pass this fucking thing. But the thing is we were supposed to be on the opposing side of Arizona Senate Bill 40. This was the Arizona cops at the time when they had Republican Governor Janet Brewer requiring that you take out your ID and you had to show that you also had to show proof that you had a legal basis for remaining in the United States, much less the state of Arizona. And all of us were like, we're actually for that law, but we actually had to argue against it. Like, hey, this is how you're treating Mexico. They're our friends and we're giving billions of dollars or what have you. But as soon as we were done, we were just like, yeah, F that. You know, these people that are the college students that are going to the protests are literally the exact same way. They're like, fuck ICE. ICE is this, that, and the other. Melt ICE. And then when they take the hoodies off or whatever, man, can I actually apply for ICE? I hear they give a $50,000 sign-on bonus to hire me.
That's crazy.
Dude, I know 2 people who have applied to ICE, and I know one YouTuber that did, and he did
I applied.
Well, then I know 2 YouTubers that did. But homeboy, we were backstage. There was like a full panel when the show ended, and we're all sitting around kind of unwinding after the fact. Everybody's lighting up joints and taking shots and lighting cigarettes and stuff. And one of the guys goes, "Wait, there's a $50,000 signing bonus for ICE?" And he brought it up on screen and made his freaking application out and submitted it on the spot. I was like, hell yeah, bro. Like, go get that bag.
I would, because they're hiring. They're also hiring what are known as administrative attorneys for ICE and also for U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. But then I saw the pay, and I'm like, no. The pay starts at $55,000 a year. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to bump that up another 30,000, champ. Sorry.
I'm not. I don't
Depends on
like.
where you live at. Yeah, depends on where you live at.
Oh, well, no, I mean, you're going to be shipped to where the problems are, so it doesn't matter ultimately. But yeah, probably how much you're being offered as a signing bonus is probably dependent upon where you come from, how far you got to travel, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is legitimate jobs. This is the problem when we in Goofy land. We didn't have the ICE since we had the 9/11 bill, so it's not. This ain't no new. It's not a new federal agency. This agency been around since 9/11. And when people were bringing up objections to the 9/11 bill, people were like, why do you have a problem with that? There's nothing wrong with it now. What do you got to hide? And now we're here now. And now people are finding things that they have wrong with it. This is the problem with America. They want to hear shit when it directly affects them.
So can I take a tangent off into the cultural concept of this? If you go and look at the things that are happening in the news today and you compare it to what was going on in the news in the mid 80s, say 86, 87, do you see what's missing?
Other than the bank and loan scandal that happened back then?
We're real journalists. We don't have journalists. That's the problem.
That's true. You're also correct. Both of you are semi-correct. I believe we got the Somali scams, and I think that occupies the savings and loan scandals, right? I think it's the same block.
It's the same thing, except on a grander scale.
Right. So
because the savings and loans stole money from us directly. Yes. They stole money indirectly by stealing money from the federal government, which in turn gets money from us.
So what I'm getting at is if you look at the political temperature, the specific imagery that you see on various news programs, it looks very similar to the mid 80s with modern phones and shit, right? Instead of there being DEA and freaking because that was during the period of the Cheech Marin craze, where every movie was about some immigrant getting deported next to his brother who's a citizen, right?
Oh yeah, Born in East LA or something like that.
Yeah.
I never seen these movies. I want mine.
God, dude, comedy gold. Some of that shit is hilarious. Yeah. Dave's not here, man. I'm Dave. Dave's not here. I'm Dave. Let me in. Who are you looking for? It's Dave. Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
My favorite scene, all of that time period. I don't remember. I think it's Nice Dreams, maybe. There's this scene where the guy is going to go try to get some weed, or might be still smoking. Anyway, he goes into this dude's house. The guy's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get it. He walks out of the room, and then this jacked up white girl walks in, right? And he's standing there like bored, waiting for God before she comes in, and he notices a can of Ajax laid over on the freaking counter. And he picks it up, dumps it out on a paper plate, and then he like moves it up into a line and is holding it going, man, that shit look good. You can sell that and make you a pretty good bit of money, talking to himself, not talking to nobody. And then some jacked up white chicks walks in, looks at him, runs the rail, looks at him, goes, I've had better, walks out of the room like nothing happened. And I'm like, wow, I've met that woman.
I've had better.
Right? Does this weird thing. And anytime somebody mentions anything out of the 80s, that's the first scene that pops to my mind.
Yeah, but they can't make movies like that. And anytime they try to remake them, they suck. Like they tried to remake Coming to America. They had to par all the jokes down and be so neutral with stuff. It was just stupid. Because you can't say stuff no more.
Yeah, exactly. The only movie that they made that I thought was semi-funny, and I bought it, was Shaft. because you had the three generations of Shaft. The guy that played Shaft in the 70s, Samuel L. Jackson, and then the other dude.
You fell for the fan service, dude. You fell for the fan service. You let the member berries choose your movie.
Not really, because there was a line in that movie, and that line I repeat every single day now because of it. Was when the little kid was talking to Samuel L. Jackson, and he's like, "You can't hit her. She's a woman." And he's like, "I never assumed her gender. I'm not going after her because of her gender. I'm an equal opportunity ass whooper."
Yeah. I'll agree. It's a good film. I enjoyed it myself. I was just kind of poking it.
I haven't seen it either. I haven't seen none of these damn movies.
All right, we're gonna have to kidnap
I thought I was under a rock.
drag his ass to a theater and just lock him in for about 2 months.
Yeah, right.
Didn't you say you hadn't seen The Usual Suspects?
Nope. Never seen that
Reservoir
either.
Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Nope.
Reservoir Dogs. Oh my God.
No.
Fucking From Dusk Till Dawn.
No, Snatched. The British movie Snatched.
You seen Snatched?
Yeah.
Tyrone,
Nope.
he's a getaway driver. Yeah. What the fuck is it?
Oh, okay, so listen, look. So if there was one movie, well, matter of fact, give me two because I'm gonna be snowed in. If there was two movies that y'all think that I should watch, what should it be?
New movies is Top Gun and F1. New movies.
You mean the Maverick, right?
Yeah, Maverick.
Yeah, the last Top Gun they made was good with Tom Cruise. It didn't have none of this goofy stuff in there. Excellent. And F1 and the movie they have with Brad Pitt with the race car. That is excellent. New movies.
Well, the movies that go into what Caucasian Sasquatch are talking about, I would say Pulp Fiction by Quentin Tarantino. That was a damn good movie.
I've seen that one.
And and Catch 22.
Catch 22.
That's a good one, dude.
Catch 22.
Catch 22 is hard to film.
It's one of the few movies that if you see the movie, you'll actually understand the book.
Right.
That's one of like three movies that does that.
It's so absurd. It is so absolutely absurd. And the source of that absurdity is the ineffectiveness of the federal government and its logistical systems and capability of providing for its soldiers. Every single unit had a guy who went out there and wrote stuff for the unit because the government wasn't doing it. I would say what was the name of that movie? Hold on.
Friday. No,
My Blue Heaven. My Blue Heaven. Hold on. Watch My Blue Heaven. One of the best comedies, gangster films you've ever seen, and it is in a outfit that says it's like a family film. It dresses up like it's just a good hokey moving to the country and having a good time thing, but it's all about a mob boss who turns state's evidence and has to move into witness protection. But he doesn't like the idea, so he doesn't do anything different. Instead of, he ends up setting up numbers games and shit in the damn gated community he moves into, and then finds out all of his neighbors are fucking other stool pigeons. It's great. It's a great film. It's excellent.
Okay.
So basically, it's a biopic of Sammy the Bull Gravano, right?
Reservoir Dogs. Yes, it is actually. Watch Reservoir Dogs. I want to say The Usual Suspects, but you'll need, after watching all this dense shit that they're suggesting you watch, you'll need something to kind of spread your brain out on a little bit. My Blue Heaven's a good one. Leap of Faith is also a really good one. It's
all right. So far I got F1, Catch 22, Top Gun the Maverick, My Blue Heaven, Born in East LA, and Reservoir Dogs.
That's on Fire. I'm gonna watch that this weekend. That sounds awesome.
It's a good list.
And Man on Fire. Denzel Washington and Man on Fire was
that's a good list.
I've seen that one. I have seen,
seen that one.
Man on Fire. Yeah, that's the one like with that one little girl or something like that. He was trying to save her or something.
Yeah, when he was in Mexico City and he goes out and Pita Ramos gets kidnapped. That movie, I'm sorry, there are two classic lines in that movie. The first one is when, I forget the fat actor, may he rest in peace, but he says, anybody could be an artist at anything, cooking, painting, music. It just matters on how good you are at it. Chrissy's art is death, and he's about to paint his masterpiece. And then the second part is when Chrissy has that, when Denzel Washington's character has that exchange with with the guy that played Daniel Sanchez. And Daniel Sanchez was like, "Well, you have my family, most of my family. You see, my wife and I are separated. You know how that goes. So tell me how much money you want." And then Denzel's like, "Really? Your brother wants to talk to you."
That's funny. All right, Sasquatch. See you later, bro. What was your movie, Leonard?
My movie, it's a classic. One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I never seen that either. But I have
Jack
heard
Nicholson.
I've heard the name.
Early Jack Nicholson.
Like before I was born.
Early Jack Nicholson. Yeah. Early Jack Nicholson. And as a Man on Fire, when Denzel was like, "Revenge, it's a meal best served cold." I'm like, damn.
Oh, right after he gets rid of Jorge Ramos, the cop.
Yeah.
Yo soy profesional. Yo sí soy profesional.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm a professional. Blah, blah, blah. I keep hearing everybody say that. And let me talk to you. No, you don't have time. I got plenty of time.
Hey, come on. One last wish. I wish
you had more time. Man.
All right.
That movie has some lines in it.
I'll give you a life for a life. What life? I give you a life for your life. What life? Peter's, the girls. Peter's dead. No, a dead person to me is worth nothing. She's alive.
Hey, Kim, like, I want proof of life. And she was like, Creasy Bear. So he had to reevaluate his whole mission.
Well, no, he got rid of everybody that he got rid of. And on the deleted scenes, Daniel doesn't make it either.
Let's see. He because he had to jump in the pool because he had a collapsed lung, which people didn't understand why he was going underwater like that, right? It's like he had a collapsed lung. That's how he was. But I don't know, some people. But that one that flew over the cuckoo's nest is classic.
Well, if you guys want to talk about classic movies, you've probably seen To Kill a Mockingbird, haven't you? The movie that came out in like the 40s or 50s. Still a damn good movie, a damn good book.
Yeah, well, that one I don't have a movie now. If you want to do a comparative thing and laugh, right? Get the 1932 version of Scarface and watch the 1983 version of Scarface and watch how the dialogue is exactly the same.
There's a 1932 version of Scarface.
Yeah, it was filmed in Chicago.
Yeah. I've only seen the one with with Al Pacino.
Right? No, that's the remake.
Oh shit! Yeah, see that
the original was filmed in Chicago, 1932. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This one right here.
It's a trip, and he was talking about that guy. He's soft. Yeah. The script is almost the exact same because my son watched it. And he was like, "Come on, Dad." I'm like, "Don't come on, Dad. Me, I'm just showing you."
Hey, I'm about to find this movie.
Yeah, nothing new.
Yeah,
nothing
Scarface,
new under the sun.
1932. Like I said, and the dialogue and everything. The only difference is Scarface 1932 was bootleg alcohol, and the one
he wasn't Cuban. He was Italian, if I'm not mistaken.
No. He was a little short dude. The Tony Montana dude.
He was Hispanic.
He was Italian.
I was gonna say he was Italian. He wasn't Hispanic. And in the 1980s, it was a Cuban immigrant.
1980s, it's supposed to have been a Cuban immigrant.
Yeah, it was based off of the Mariel boat lift when Fidel Castro kicked everybody out of.
But the Scarface in 1932, it was an Italian immigrant that came to Chicago from New York, from Ellis Island. And such.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's a trip how you see movies and people think that they're like brand new, and they're not. It's like, that's sort of like this movie. They used to play it on all the holidays. What's the
It's a
name of
Wonderful
this
Life.
damn movie? Say again?
It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed.
No. That's the one when they had the girl on. It's like, I'm white. I'm white. She was black, but she wanted to be white.
I haven't seen that one.
Imitation of Life. An Imitation of Life. That's a remake.
That movie wouldn't have made it today. That movie, if they were to
that
replay
movie's a
that today-
remake. The original one was from the 30s.
But when was the first one?
In the 30s. The
I'll
one
be
with
right back.
Claudette Colbert was in the 50s. The one that's in color
Okay,
that
what I'm
everybody's
saying
used
is-
to.
Right. Well, if they were to remake that movie for a third time, that movie would get canceled today. Well, what are you trying to do? You're trying to basically say that girl can't be fine as a black woman? Oh,
Yeah. There's a bunch of movies they canceled today they could not have from back then to today.
Well, just
And
the
they get
90s, you wouldn't have half of them. Like all the diehards, you wouldn't have none of the diehards. You wouldn't have none of the Top Gun. Like none of that stuff would exist. Can't have it. Or they'd try to put some rainbow stuff in there and water it down.
All of those cartoons they had from back in the day that were cartoon movies, Heavy
Yes.
Traffic, Fritz the
Phyllis
Cat,
the Cat. Yep.
Wizards,
Betty Boop.
Yeah, Coon Man, was it Coon something? Coon Scatman Crothers sang the intro to it. They couldn't show that today. I mean, not show it. Well, they really couldn't show it on TV, but they could not reproduce that. What's his name? Balky Brothers or whatever it was. Yeah, because they gave those cartoons like some of them, except Wizard, they gave them a X rating. Like Fritz the Cat had an X rating back in the day.
Well, Donald Duck, believe it or not, was banned in like half of the countries, half of the civilized countries during that time because he didn't wear pants.
Yeah. It's a bunch of stuff that,
Well, the
will get
Jeffersons, you
canceled.
couldn't have them. Yeah, you couldn't have Jeffersons, Red Fox. Like, it's a ton of stuff you couldn't have. None of that stuff would exist. They
Oh,
wouldn't
Red
have mind
Fox would
about
be
Jefferson.
canceled so fast.
They wouldn't have that.
All in the Family definitely would have been canceled.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's over with. That's
Definitely.
Yes.
over with. Well,
The good old
well, I
days.
can't get
Where you at, Walmart, nigga?
Walmart? No, I'm buying groceries at Walmart. I'm at Kroger. They got a
Oh,
sale on
Kroger.
crab legs.
Man, it must be nice to be able to get outside and do shit.
Yeah, I had to
can't
wait
do a
for it to
damn
rain
thing.
to make sure it wasn't no slippery slick. And then when I drove out my driveway, somebody was driving real fast, blow their horn and switch lanes. I was like, I don't care what you do, because if you would hit me from behind, that means I was already in traffic and you were driving too fast, because the speed limit on the road leaving my home is 25 miles an hour. So that would have been a nice lawsuit. And you would have faced many, many doggone traffic rules, driving too fast for conditions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I don't even think that would even get to lawsuit level. His insurance would basically tender out the policy limits. Like, look, here's your $30,000. That's all we got.
They would have tried to.
Yeah,
they
they
would
would
have tried
Whatever
to.
the cap is out. Yeah, they just pay it.
Yeah, they would pay
Yeah,
that
but see-
cap, and then they would drop his ass so quick.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
You want to take
whatever
the 30,
cap is,
Leonard? Would you take
And see-
take the 30, or would you try to
No.
go
No.
further with it?
No, I take it to the max.
Damn.
Take the
Yeah,
30
but
for what?
It depends on the
as
injury
long-
too, though.
Yeah, depending on the injury. Like you max out with certain injuries. If you only got if you got a ACL torn, it's different than you lost your leg. They cap out what they're gonna pay depending on the injuries.
Well, it's like this here. Whatever injury you know, I would talk to the medical staff, and when an injury occurred, all of the injuries I have to be a 100% disabled veteran, all injuries, including psychological, have been acerbated.
Exacerbated, you mean?
Yeah, whatever that big word is that they use that mean money.
Yeah, but the insurance company don't really work like that, bro. Insurance company, they hold all the cards.
But they don't work like that. But when you got the medical documentation behind it, and in Georgia being
still
a
cap it, bro.
large, Georgia being a big military state.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fort Gordon, Fort Stewart.
Yeah, Fort Gordon, Fort Stewart, Fort Benning, Hunter
Fort
Army
Benning, yeah.
Airfield, Dobbins Airfield. What they had at Fort McPherson, that's now a center for VA operations, and other Oglethorpe. I mean, it's bases on bases. This is not I mean, it's so much. It's so much you can get away with. They look at your plates, veterans plates. They'll give you by your plates alone. Because they got regular plates that are free, and you just bring your DD-214 up to the DMV, and they will give you free license plates with whatever branch of service you were in, along with whatever conflict you were in. Desert Storm, Desert Shield, veteran, retired veteran, global war on terrorism, Afghanistan, Iraq, Vietnam.
Yeah, they do that here in
Vietnam
Texas. my
era
friend.
veteran. That means you're one of them that didn't go to Vietnam, but you were in during
They
that
do it in
time.
Florida too. Yeah, if you want it, they'll do it in Florida. If you want that,
Yeah.
they'll do it.
Yeah, they do that here in Texas as well. I have a friend that went to the Gulf War, the first Gulf War, and he has that Gulf War emblem and then the number and then DV. And a lot of people get mad when he parks in the handicap spot, and I'm like, dude, look at his license plate. Yeah, DV. Yeah, he's a disabled vet. Come on, man.
Yeah, I got a buddy that got a Purple Heart. He got a Purple Heart on the back of his tag here in Florida.
People are now charged with killing
he
a
was wrong.
Oh yeah, that means you can park anywhere. That Purple Heart.
Yeah, buddy can park anywhere and do anything. Like it ain't.
You deserve
it
to
ain't
park
the same.
everywhere. You got your ass bit by a bullet or worse.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot.
Yeah, because that's what my
The moment
daughter,
you
her
come up and
license
say
plate,
Pacheco here, my
it's got a
guy,
Purple
I'm
Heart
thinking you
on
see.
there, and it says combat wounded. What,
Yeah, you go.
Come on.
Yeah,
There you
exactly.
go. You don't get pulled. If he get pulled over, unless he doing some real crazy stuff, they not gonna fuck.
Exactly.
Unless he
No,
doing
it's
some
And it's
real
a
crazy
female.
shit. Not
It's a
some male.
female.
Female.
If you
Body
ask
male.
and then you determine, yeah, she's the Purple Heart recipient. She's
What
the
up,
one that
Sam?
was
Really don't
blown
matter.
up in Iraq.
Yeah, once you get that Purple Heart, you good. I mean, veteran only goes so far, but dealing with them insurance companies, bro, insurance companies are son of a bitch, bro. That's a whole different animal. Them motherfuckers there, they on
Yeah, I
some bullshit
know.
all the time.
That's why, you know, we got this law group, one call, that's all. And I hit the one call, that's all people, and be like, you know, y'all don't get paid unless I do it. And I know y'all want to get paid. So handle it, Roy. Handle it, Roy.
People are charged with killing.
Somebody had sent me this video. They said that there was like 3 illegal immigrants that had macheted like a 14-year-old boy or some shit
Damn.
like that. Let me see what they talking
Four
about.
people are now charged with killing a 14-year-old boy. 3 of those
They look like
suspects here
Marasalas.
pictured on your screen. The 4th is underage, and police are not publicly identifying them. All are in custody. This investigation dates back to early November after local officers and FBI agents found a body while searching for a missing person at Indian Creek Stream Valley Park in College Park, Maryland. Our Felicia Ashley reports police say the
Yeah, those are
murders
Marasalas
appear to be
dudes.
gang-related.
14-year-old Jefferson Amaya Ayala of D.C. was last seen alive here near this street in the Brightwood neighborhood in Northwest D.C. Investigators say that he was killed the same day that he went missing back in August. 7 News learned from investigators that the teen was lured to the Indian Creek Stream Valley Park in College Park. Saturday, law enforcement announced 4 suspects were arrested. The Prince George's County Police Department charged 4 suspects with the murder of Amaya Ayala, 18-year-old Jose Merlos Mahano, 21-year-old Alan Josea Garcia Padilla, and
Josea Garcia Padilla. That don't even sound like a fucking Latino American or Mexican American or some shit.
19-year-old
Hosea,
William
that's a
Guerra
biblical
Gutierrez.
name.
All 3 are from
Shit. I don't know. Is it a biblical name?
I think there's a book in the Bible called Hosea. Now I've heard of Jose, but Hosea, that's a Hebrew name.
Hosea. It sounds familiar.
Hosea, right?
Yeah, but yeah, H-O.
Yeah,
that name is definitely in the Bible.
Right.
Yeah, he was a prophet. It says Hosea was called by God to prophecy to the northern kingdom during a time of extreme political instability. Yeah. So it's definitely in the Bible, bro. This shit is fucked up. Like these grown they weren't really grown, but I mean they were like 18 and 17 and 16. Had killed a fucking 14-year-old boy. That shit is crazy. Behind some gang shit. Damn. And within such a horrible way to go out. These niggas had got machetes and just had chopped the nigga up. It's fucked up. Damn.
21-year-old Alan Josea Garcia Padilla and 19-year-old William Guerra Gutierrez. All 3 are from D.C. A 4th suspect is a 17-year-old from Hyattsville. In November, the FBI, MPD, and PG County Police were looking for Amaya Ayala in this park. Instead,
so they said that they are all from DC, but then whenever you start looking it up, it says that all 3 face deportation.
I think they're Salvadoran.
Yeah, that's I was about to say that's the MS-13 stuff. Any of that stuff right there is the MS-13. Them names and all that craziness. That's where they come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Found his body. The medical examiner ruled his death a homicide and found multiple injuries on the 14-year-old's body. Investigators say Amaya Ayala knew at least one of the 4 suspects and said that the murder appears to be gang-related. 7 News confirmed with a source that it's connected to the MS-13 gang. Guerra Gutierrez and the 17-year-old are in custody at the Prince George's County Department of Corrections. Merlo Mahano is in D.C. Garcia Padilla is in custody in Alexandria. Both will be extradited to Prince George's County. Investigators have not released the details on where in this park the teen was found or what led investigators here. Although they say this killing was gang-related, they say they're still working to find out what the motive was and what led to this crime. For now, reporting from College Park, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
Damn, that's fucked up. Yeah, rest in
Yeah,
peace.
that's all MS-13, bro. Listen, bro, that's all MS-13. You start dealing with the type of names and all that foolishness. That's all that El Salvador stuff, bro. Where they don't know they're in or something, put them in that prison, bro. And like that's that prison. You know about that prison, right, Kevin? That they got over there where they keep all the lights on.
I've seen some videos about it. Yeah,
the terrorism confinement center.
Yeah, they don't fuck around over there, but they had no choice. You look at the murder rate before they had their prison. Look how many motherfuckers was dying over there, bro. That shit was crazy.
It's so good now that the people that applied for asylum from El Salvador and got asylum from El Salvador that are living here in the United States are going back. Like there was a deal that what's his name, Bukele, did regarding the mineral rights for some of that land. I have friends that have coffee fields out there, and the moment they gave them all of their mineral rights, a plot of land out there that was valued at $25,000 30 years ago now jumped to like $2 million overnight. And so now they're going back home because it's a great time to invest and they don't have to worry about village idiots such as the idiots that you showed on just now, extorting them for their escrituras, their deeds, or extorting them for the taxes or anything like that, because they're all getting locked up. The next place right now, believe it or not, is Guatemala. After what happened last Sunday with the cops,
good.
they're building a similar prison structure in Guatemala City to send all of in Guatemala, it's the 18th Street gang, all of their members over there for the same thing, so that Guatemala can actually become stabilized again, so that the Guatemalans that live here and in Canada can go back.
Yeah, but that guy
Good
became
shit. Hey,
president.
give it all
First
up.
thing he did when he came in, the first thing he did, Kev, he locked up a bunch of politicians. Politicians was the first people he locked up. He didn't lock up gang members first. He called a hearing.
They was all
locked their
corrupt
ass
and
up.
shit.
It was funny.
Yeah,
It wasn't
that's
just
good though.
it wasn't just
They need
any
to do that
politician either.
in Mexico.
Let Kevin know what type of politicians they got locked up. They were their equivalent of our Democrats. All got hauled
Oh,
off
really?
handcuffs.
Most of them Democrats.
They
He
were
locked up
all
all. He was
Democrats.
multiple. He called a hearing though. He faked ass out because he called a hearing and they thought they was going to hearing, and the motherfuckers didn't leave. They went straight to jail.
No, they had a hearing, but the problem was that they thought that the judges that they had in their back pocket were going to be there, and what they failed to realize is that Bukele fired those judges first and brought on his own judges, and then he brought them in, and the hearing was basically expedited. It was basically, you did such and such, this is your signature, okay, off to jail you go.
Clean that shit up.
Good for them, then. Good for them, then. Cleaning up that shit that down there, bro. Good for them.
Exactly.
Mexico
I agree.
needs to do the same shit. Like, why do y'all think that Mexico is so fucked up like that? Like, or why won't they like arrest anybody? Like, they don't. It's just like the cartel is just running shit down there forever.
Because the cartel's tentacles are in everything. That's the problem. So let's say that I decide to run for the PRI, the Revolutionary Institutional Party, which was the equivalent of the Democrats in Mexico, or I were to run for the National Action Party, which is their version of our Republican Party. What will happen is I'll come in with my campaign ideals that the people will like. And then and then what'll happen is somebody will sit me down and have a meeting, and they'll give me a suitcase full of money. It's a doctrine known as plata o plomo, silver or lead. And if I say, no, I'm not going to take the money, go F yourself, I'll end up doing a campaign event a couple of days later, and I won't make it out of that campaign event alive, is what will happen.
Wow. Damn. So
But if you
Mexico
notice-
is going to be fucked up forever. We're basically, you know.
I don't know. Here's the thing. After Trump said that he would authorize surgical our troops to go in to take out the cartel strongholds, Claudia Sheinbaum they call them mañaneras. If you've ever seen the White House press conferences, the mañaneras are Mexico's version of that, the press conferences.
Yeah.
She, over the past couple of weeks, has looked shook. Matter of fact, it was even before Trump threatened to send military into Mexico. It was when we picked up Maduro, like, you're coming with us.
Mm-hmm.
She and Gustavo Petro, the president of Colombia, those two look shook. Every time they say something, every time they have a press conference, I don't know what it is, but their demeanors have not been the same since.
Yeah. You know what, so I don't think that she would say like that she would be like, Donald Trump, please just like come down here and take care of this. But like, she needs to start having like private conversations with Trump or some shit. Like, hey, listen, bro, look, I'm scared. You know what I mean? Like, they on my ass. Please come down here and help us out, bro. Like, or something. I don't know. But go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, because I was gonna say like that even if Donald Trump did send troops down there to go after the cartel, do you think that would be enough? Because there's just gonna be somebody else that's gonna come up and be like, hey, you know what? Like, so I'm the leader now, or some shit. Like, or do you think that he could just like kill it all?
But it's no reason for us to do that, Kev, though. Look, Kev, there's no reason. I think we're looking at this wrong. There's no reason for them to do that. We run the car. Who you think selects the presidents and all that stuff? The CIA is heavily involved in Mexico. Like, heavily.
The conspiracy theories aside, to answer your question, Kev, I don't know. And the reason why is because when we threatened to go in there and grab Maduro, I mean, I'll be quite honest, I was one of the few with my friends in Latin America that thought it was just fun and games. Like, we had memes where it showed the US with the F-35s and the F-22 Raptors, and it showed the Venezuelans, with cardboard jets or what have you. You know, we all thought it was just fun and games when we saw what they did in less than 3 hours. And then when the stories came out, there was an interview of a Cuban soldier in the hospital bed, and he said, and I quote, "I don't know what the hell hit us. Like we were ready for formation because we knew that there was a helicopter strike coming in. We didn't know where because they took off." And this is how shitty the Chinese tech is, by the way. The newest Chinese radar systems that were given to Venezuela last month, we took that shit offline in seconds.
Damn.
And he said, like, they were in formation, and then the next thing they knew, the lights went out, and they found themselves trying to pick themselves up off of the floor. And then they fast forwarded to another interview with one of Maduro's top security guys, and he said that they threw something. It was like a grenade, but it wasn't a grenade. Whatever the hell it was like a sonic blast that made them drop to their knees and they were throwing up blood.
Damn.
Yeah, that's flashbang. That's a flashbang.
No, this wasn't a flashbang. This was something else.
The military ones aren't the same as the ones that they use. They're not the same. Like, okay, the military ones, not only do they make the bang noise, the luminance or the lights that come off of them, it's a crazy light feature that comes off of them. They're completely different than the ones the cops have here. So it's going to seem different.
Well, and you might be right. I'm not discrediting you, but here's the other thing. Yesterday on Twitter or X or whatever the heck people want to call it, Pete Hegseth actually admitted to us using what are known as directed energy weapons in Venezuela. So I don't know if this were conventional, if this were 1980s, 1990s, early 2000s, regarding the CIA picks and things like that. You might be right. I wouldn't know, but right now, I think we have the weaponry and we have the administration in place that has the balls to use it. Pardon my language. Pause. That we would be able to actually go in surgically. So if we find out that somebody's doing the Plato Plomo thing, that specific person will be taken out, and we're not even in the country, or we're high above an altitude that they can't reach us. I don't know,
but I'll give you something that you may or might not know. Citgo, look up the Citgo bankruptcy. Citgo, the oil company, they went in bankruptcy. All this stuff was finalized like 2 months before we went in. If you look at that bankruptcy, the person who won the bid was the Elliott Management Group. The person who owns the start of the Elliott Management Group, which is a traded company on the stock market, is Paul Singer. If you look up Paul Singer, he won that bid $2 billion less than the closest person to bid. They were bidding on all the equipment with Citgo. Some kind of way he won and went to court. The higher bidder went to court. They lost. Then we went to court and they lost. And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, we went right in Venezuela where Citgo has all their equipment and they're the first people to pump the stuff out. So that's all CIA stuff. Right. That's the kind of stuff's been going on for a long time. That's not really new. It's just we found out later with the Halliburtons, the Citgos, all this stuff we found out later. And that's public information. You can look that stuff up. Anybody want to look into it, look into Citgo bankruptcy, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The lawsuits and the data and all that stuff in there.
Yeah, that's like the military be having certain shit, bro. Like it's like things that you can't even imagine. If they can just like hit you with some shit that you just all of a sudden are picking yourself up, like, man, what the fuck had just happened? I don't want to be on the bad side of the U.S. military. Matter of fact, I don't want to be on the bad side of nobody.
You don't want to be on the bad side of the U.S. period.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but okay, so let me ask y'all this, right? And I'm pretty sure like that I know the answer to this, but I want to hear what y'all got to say. What do you think would happen if Trump had went into China and he had got President Xi, how they had got Maduro? What do y'all think would have happened?
Oh, they would hit the button, bro. They would have they was losing. They would hit the button. They would just blow. Say, "Fuck it, we need this kamikaze soldier." That's what they weren't going to beat us. Look, there's no military force in this world that can beat us. It's not comparable.
Their newest, latest, greatest when it comes to radar tech, like I mentioned, they gave that tech to Venezuela in December, and we took that shit offline in seconds.
Yeah, it's not close.
I think what will happen is we'll just simply restore the Taiwanese government back into Beijing, because the Taiwanese government was the original Chinese government before the communists overthrew them in 1949.
But I don't think it matters though, because the problem is, look, this is the problem that all these other countries are going to have between our military dominance and our dominance in AI. We own all the patents to all the software for all the AI stuff, between the software and the actual chips. Like the other countries, they got to go through NVIDIA to get the chips, or in AMD, either one. And those are both American companies. And if they want to copy it, the machine that makes it is ASML. That's another American
That's an
company.
American
And
company.
even if they stole the machine, guess what? There's a kill switch on the machine to destroy the machine remotely. So there's nothing they can do to like just copy our stuff like that. And we so far ahead of them. Not saying that they can't catch up, but as of this moment, they're nowhere near where we are.
No, we're about 100 years ahead of them. But what they can do is they can disrupt us in other ways. They are. Nobody's talking about them still being in our water systems and in our electricity grid systems, which to me, that's another issue. To me, I think that particular thing was just was a simple solution. Why are you connecting the freaking power grid and the electricity grid systems to the internet? Take your shit offline. You can still distribute electricity manually. You can still distribute water and gas, natural gas manually. Take our shit offline, because the Chinese government, they're still in our systems. They've confirmed that they have backdoors in our infrastructure. So you're right. When it comes to AI and things like that, we'll mop them. When it comes to weaponry, again, we took their shit offline. I mean, they would lose within a matter of minutes, in my honest opinion. However, if we were to take Xi out and some other guy were to come in, like they had a COG system, a continuity of government system similar to ours, then they would just simply turn all of our lights off. ERCOT would go down, the Western grid would go down, and at that particular point, it would.
Yeah, but you know why that is. But let's deal with that. Let's deal with the infrastructure. The reason why the infrastructure is the way it is. I'll give you a simple, people who don't know, look up Gavin Newsom. Look up Gavin Newsom's contributors and his main contributors, even at Davos. He just went to Davos and had this whole ridiculous speech against Trump. He's a governor of a state. The state did not pay for him to make that travel to Davos from the state of California. A group paid for that. And if you look at the group that financed it, it's a Chinese group that financed that. So like the lobbyists are the ones that are giving these pass-throughs through the governors, through the mayors, where they're turning it over, and what he's saying, I can't just tie in what he's saying, they're tying in the infrastructure, they're tying in letting them get in real estate, they let them get massive amounts of real estate that they should not be getting, because they do it through these pass-through companies, and they know it's Chinese companies, and they don't care because they're getting a check. So just reinforcing what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've always loved just like military shit and just like war movies. That's like my type of shit. Like just the thought of just being able to just like fuck somebody's shit up like without you even fucking being there. I love that type of shit. Like I absolutely love it. One of my favorite movies is actually Saving Private Ryan. That's like one of my favorite movies ever.
The beginning scene when we go into not the very beginning where they actually land on Omaha Beach. That part, good Lord, I darn near lost my lunch the first time seeing that.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
But I will say this: Steven Spielberg did a hell of a job, doing the sound mixing, because what they did. Did you see the part where they had the raindrops falling on the leaves, and you could instead of it being rain, it was the sound of gunfire, and when the raindrop would hit the leaf, it would sound like a mine exploded or what have you. That was great juxtaposition. That's what makes Steven Spielberg so brilliant. But the part that got me was when when our guys finally go up the top of the hill and you see these two German soldiers and they're saying in German, "We're not German, we're Czech. We're not German."
Yeah.
Not the fact that their lives ended, but the fear that they had in their faces. And I'll bring this back to Claudia Scheinbaum and Petro, Gustav. The fear that those two have when they talk now was the same fear that was on those two German soldiers when they tried to surrender, and it didn't bode too well for them.
Yeah, they had their hands up. We know German. We know German.
We're not German, we're Czech, is what they were saying. Oh, what did they say? Oh, my watch for super.
Kill them. Yeah, I love that type of shit, bro. Go ahead,
Hey,
Pittsburgh.
but I'll tell you this about this. But look, Steven Spielberg, that's another example of the CIA stuff. You know, he had access to the Skunk Works project. The Skunk Works project was where they came up with all these secret aircraft, like the SR. Remember the SR-71 Black Hawk?
The black
plane. Yeah, the spy plane that went and it was undetected. That was under wraps for like years. I want to say like over 10 plus years, where they had all these personnel. Nobody knew anything. With very few people outside of military personnel that they knew that they let inside of Skunk Works. That's one of the main features of that. One of the people that they let in was Steven Spielberg. He had access to all of those things. So he's always been able to have access to all type of crazy stuff. So if you look at his movies, a lot of stuff that comes out later, but he puts the movie out, and then a little bit later, you'll see some features of stuff, some of the military stuff that they've been in the works with that he has access to.
Why do I get the feeling that, why am I getting visions of E.T. in my head now?
E.T.
come see what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yo,
Hollywood always have access.
yeah. Yo, so are y'all concerned about this whole like Iran dude talking about like how they are going to kill like Donald Trump and shit like that?
Nah, them niggas got
Y'all
like
think he just
planes from 20 years ago. Yeah, they got planes from like 20 years ago. Man, get out of here, bro. Like listen, don't nobody really want them problems, bro. Like we've proven that like 1,000 times over, man. That ain't just the Navy carriers that they have out there in the ocean would demolish most of the stuff. And if you're talking about nuclear, our nukes are on subs. They're not in the ground somewhere in some silo in America. Most of them are submarines. So nobody really wants that kind of problem.
Well, the thing is if they take out Trump, I'm looking at it from the other way. If they take out Trump, and they very well could, J.D. Vance is up next to bat, and that's when all hell will break loose. And that's one of those. Okay, you want to take out our president, you can do it, but you better not miss. And if you do get him, good luck, because your days at that particular point will be numbered by like seconds. not even days. You have like seconds at that particular point.
Yeah.
When it comes to us.
Yeah, because I can't remember his name, but dude, he's been talking a lot of shit over there in fucking Iran. They can't stand Donald Trump, bro. They can't stand that nigga over there.
Yeah, but Maduro did too. Maduro was talking crazy about Trump. Remember that nigga was doing videos, dancing and shit. Like, the famous videos of him talking shit. Like, come get me, Trump, this and that. Like, you see how that shit turned out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, talking shit don't equate to you actually able to do anything, man. And I don't, the other thing too, Kev, I don't understand these un-American motherfuckers saying, oh, China need to do this and get them. And like, bro, why are you trying
that
to
shit
go
is
against
crazy.
America, you stupid nigga? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, bro?
Like, you fucking live here, you dumb bitch. Like, do you know what the fuck would happen if Donald Trump had got killed, bro? Like that would just be bad all the way around. Like, it just don't make no damn sense. But these people have been convinced that Donald Trump is their enemy. Like, and I still don't understand it. Maybe I should stop trying to understand these fucking liberals, bro. Maybe I should just stop, because what always ends up happening is that I get a fucking headache every time. I'm just sitting there like, damn, like, so why would they do this? Why do they even think this way? Next thing you know, goddamn headache. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just chill.
Yeah, you're not gonna understand it, bro, because it don't make no sense. Like, how could you be that dumb? They don't none of the shit they do makes any sense. And this ICE stuff where they keep talking about their rights and their rights. How about you don't come here illegally, motherfucker? How about that? Like, start there, man. Like,
exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like this wouldn't even be a situation if y'all would have followed the damn law. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. And then everybody is so mad at Donald Trump, like, for putting ICE inside of these cities and stuff like that. But if these like states and cities like like if these like mayors and governors like would actually work with Donald Trump instead of actually fighting him on it, a lot of this stuff would not be happening. Like that fucking Renee lady, like she would still be alive. Like that one nigga wouldn't have gotten shot probably because all they would have had to do was just like whatever, right, send out like police officers, like or actually detectives and stuff like that, and just go out here and pick these people up, like, and nobody would have knew nothing about it. But everything is such a show now because they have to go against Donald Trump, like, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like, bro, they are the reason why this is happening. The reason why you have ICE agents walking through your neighborhoods is because your governor and because your fucking city officials is because they keep on fighting against Donald Trump. It just don't make no sense. Like their anger is put inside of the wrong place, or their frustration, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, these niggas is retarded, bro. Because the other problem that they have is the man literally ran on this. It's not like it was a secret. It wasn't like he ran up on you like you didn't know this was going to happen. Like that was literally like one of the cornerstones of his campaign, bro. So I don't really get the outrage behind this. It's all stupid. And on top of that, the other problem that they have, which is stupid, they keep saying they're doing jobs nobody wants to do. Well, between the machinery and the AI, they don't really need the motherfuckers no more. I don't know what part of that they don't fucking understand, bro. Like that shit. And the other part is, why would you want a motherfucker basically to work for slave labor? That's what you're saying. Because they can work under the table for a little bit of nothing. That's what you want. And you're okay with that. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Because I seen Jasmine Crockett, she was doing a Congress hearing. This was like a few weeks ago. And she said, like, so who are we going to have to pick our strawberries if you kick everybody out? Like, man, come on, man. Like, now just imagine if that was a white person that had said that shit. Now, who are we going to have to pick our strawberries? And they're like, this bitch is racist.
Yeah, but she be cosplaying, bro. She play like what's that lady from Martin Lawrence? Like Janae from Martin Lawrence.
Yes, Janae.
Cosplaying, bro. That chick went to private school. She got a bunch of education. Like, there's no way that she talks like that and act the way she act, bro. She be cosplaying, bro. She like stop now. That chicken, and then I ain't never seen her get like that fired up about no black issues, bro.
No,
like,
never, bro. Never.
Now
And
you
this is
crying over
another thing
immigrants,
too.
bro. Stop.
Yeah, like, bro, this shit don't make no damn sense, bro. Like, and I had watched some of her old interviews and stuff like that, bro. She did not talk like that at all back in the day. Like, she literally sounded just like a little like white girl or some shit. Like, she didn't sound ghetto, hood, none of that, like nothing. And I was like, bro, like, who the fuck is this lady now? You know. But hey, but this is what a lot of black people like. Like, if you start acting like ignorant and shit like that, niggas will just follow you. Like you don't even have to even be saying anything for real. Like, but as long as you can move your head like this and kind of like whatever, look like you are saying something or just say something bad about Donald Trump, niggas will follow you. Like, for real.
Yeah, that's basically what she doing. And then niggas are saying, "Oh, she got education. How will we know? How would you know?" She's like talking like that. How the fuck would you know with somebody who moves around like that? What's the point of getting education? And you're gonna like that would be like me getting PhD. Yeah, that'd be like me getting PhDs and doctorates, and I'm using hood slant lingo. Like, why the fuck would I do that? That makes no sense. Like, what's the point of education if that's what you choose to do? Just stupid nigga shit.
Yeah. Yep. And then all these black women out here are talking about like how she be on here, like how she be out here eating everybody up and all this stupid shit. Like, bro, she not eating nobody up. And then whenever you start doing a research on what she's actually saying, like, she's fucking lying. Like, a lot of the shit that she be saying, it doesn't make any damn sense. Like, you go and look up what she's saying. Like, bro, it could just be a basic damn Google search or I guess like Chat GPT. And she's full of shit. Like, she's full of shit. She come with a bunch of fucking emotional arguments that don't make any sense, and people just fucking believe it. Mostly niggas though, because I don't see no white people out here really talking about it for real.
Remember when she accused one of them senators of being on the Epstein list, and it come out to be it was a Dr. Epstein that she was emailing,
Yep.
dad was emailing,
Yep.
sit up there and said some crazy shit, and then she wouldn't even admit she was wrong when she got caught. She said, "No, I had my
Yeah, she
team
wouldn't even
look into it."
apologize for it. This shit was crazy. Yeah,
Man,
like, girl, go ahead.
Nah, but I just think all of that shit, people like the problem is these fools nowadays, they so heavily party that they can't call out right and wrong. Like this shit ain't that complicated, bro. Like it's just really
Yeah.
not, man. Like it's some
Yeah.
shit I don't agree with Trump, but for the most part, I agree with majority of shit he does. Like all that war
Facts.
shit, I ain't really with it because I was in the military and I know the dangers of that shit. People who like, let's go get them, get them, get them. You not at risk. You've never been at risk. You don't know nobody that's ever actually done that. I think we got to be real cautious in doing that kind of shit. Setting that aside, the majority of the other shit that he did, I'm down with majority of that shit. But these damn Democrats, where they want to make these dumbass social issues about women's rights that they don't actually care about, and the rainbow community is fucking stupid. And now immigrants, that's dumb shit. It's not gonna help the country.
Yeah, yeah, they fight for some of the most stupidest shit. Like you are right, bro. And a lot of it is nothing but fucking like it's just like hypocrisy, anyways. Like so they want to fight for women's rights, but then they want for men to play in women's sports. Like that don't make no sense. Just like which one is it? Like you want to fight for women's rights, like you want to keep women safe and all the stupid shit, but you want for them to be getting dunked on and motherfucking beat up inside of a damn boxing ring and all this other crazy ass shit. Like, bro, this shit don't make no damn sense.
Not to mention the vid. Let's not hit the COVID when you forcing like so you could chant my body, my what they were saying, my body, my choice, but now you gonna force
my
somebody
body, my
to
choice.
say the COVID. Yeah, so like if somebody wanted to take it, which I took it, that's your choice. But you're not giving nobody the option. And that ain't got nothing to do with no women, so we gonna ignore that shit. Like, bro, they be on the dumbest shit ever. And they be pushing that shit heavy and they hypocritical. You see all the people that Biden pardoned when he left? Remember that shit?
Crazy.
See all the people? Trump do the same shit. Watch how they flip out. Remember they started this stupid shit.
Yep. Yeah, somebody has sent me this yesterday. It says, just comply with ICE the same way you wanted us to comply with shutdowns, mandated vaccines, and masks. Just comply. Just comply.
Yeah, or just act like the black folks, bro. Ain't that what they ain't the training they give you that, Kev? Like the winking and all black people tell you just don't fight with the cops, just comply about it. Don't sit there and argue with them. Like they want to be like in their face telling them what they can and can't do, calling them fake agents, this and that, like they security guards, stupid shit. But you'll go through TSA with no complaints. Like make this shit make sense, bro.
It's crazy. Yeah, like bro, these people are fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, man. Damn. Ignorant ass people. And I look back because I used to actually be just like that. Bro, I was one of the biggest Donald Trump haters. I thought that Republicans were fucking horrible. I used to really, really believe that shit, bro. And then I just woke up one day like, man, hold on. Let me just like go to right look into Donald Trump just a little bit more. And then whenever I started looking into him, I was like, man, you know what? Like, bro, I actually agree with most of this. But I was so used to being fed like bullshit and just like believing it, because I don't think that most of these people actually do like research for real. I think that they just like watch like a news story or one of their favorite like podcasters or some shit, and then they just automatically believe like whatever the fuck they say. I look up every damn thing. Yeah. You know,
Well, the
even
first
the
time he ran,
podcasters who are my favorites. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but that's how that's what they look. This is what they felt like. This is why they're gonna lose again, because they doing everything but self-reflecting on why they actually lost. Because a lot of people, including myself and probably you, I did not vote for Donald Trump the first time, and I know a lot of people that did not vote for Donald Trump the first time. But the candidate they put up was so fucking bad that people not voted for him. So instead of them saying, "Hey, we got a bad candidate," they say, "Hey, you guys just don't like voting for women. Y'all don't like women." Instead of them actually fucking figuring out why this motherfucker lost at such a crazy rate that they had to go back to Ronald Reagan to figure out somebody who lost that fucking bad. They just want to blame everybody instead of blaming their fucking self because they came with a bad fucking candidate.
Yep. And they did it twice. They did it with Kamala Harris and they did it with Hillary Clinton. Yeah, like it's like, man, like they just refuse to look in the mirror. The things that y'all support is the fucking like minority, bro. Nobody wants this bullshit. The majority does not want this. But I look at it like this though. I'm glad that they refuse to look in the mirror for real. They just have the same old tired ass playbook. Just blame Donald Trump for it. Blame this on Donald Trump. So I'm not mad at it. Keep it going, keep it going.
Yeah, that's just kind of weak, Kev. And even now, like when you look at TV, they narrate everything. Like that CNN stuff that they was doing on that first lady, the white lady that stood in the Renee lady that stood in the streets, they only show you certain angles of that shit. So it pushes the angle, the narrative.
Yeah.
So all this is narrative. Even that stupid Don Lemons guy, like you see how ignorant he is now that he's not on CNN. You see how dumb he is, bro. Like that guy's a dummy. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. That whole church thing they did, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. It's everywhere. Like CNN got a whole batch of idiots. Fox got their batch of morons. Like, because you know what happened is they got away from journalism and they got opinion-based people. And people like their opinions. They're not reporting anymore. They're just telling you what they think. That's not journalism.
Nope, not at all. They are supposed to be out there reporting on the actual story of what's actually happening. So yeah, but you're right though. I just came across this video right here. So I guess that some lady had went to a college campus somewhere, and she was asking the kids what do they think about ICE. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh, I know this lady. Yeah, she cool. This is the lady that had got punched in the face by that one black woman. You remember that? This was a few months ago, like because she said that she didn't agree with abortions, and like then this one big ass black chick had punched her in the face.
Yeah, I remember that. Clown ass people.
Oh, let me see. Yeah.
To an interview, we have security guards that don't know the rules of campus or the First Amendment. Hi. So I have a sign out here today. ICE has been in the news very recently. How do you guys feel about ICE? Do you support them?
Me personally, I'm a big supporter of ICE. They help keep our streets clean. I know there's a lot of controversy relating to the newest issue of ICE with, I think, what was her name again?
Renee Good.
Renee Good. Originally, when I first saw the original post, I was kind of 50-50 on it. It was blasted by the media to seem as if ICE kind of killed her unwillingly, unlawfully. But if you look at multiple angles, multiple POVs of the video, it's very obvious that she intended to hit the officer with her car and he acted in self-defense. And actually, there was a state statute posted by Tim Walz himself saying that it is within lawful reason for an officer to fear for his life if there's a vehicle threatening them in any way. And so he did it lawfully, something like that. So.
I like that kid. Yo, I was expecting for him to say just some more ignorant ass shit, but he didn't. I really was thinking that.
Well, she let him finish. The good thing about this lady, unlike Don Lemons, he would have interrupted him. You think that's right that the lady died? Like he would let the dude finish. Like that's what you do. Yeah. When you ask somebody a question, you let them answer. You don't try to manipulate that fucking answer. You take the answer and whatever it is, that's what it is. You ask the question, let motherfucker answer.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out to this lady. Yeah, she cute too. Let me play some more.
You know how easy it is to do your research, you guys, and not just go off of one single video? How do you feel about ICE?
I got it.
Yeah. So
good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. All of these women in these photos, well, some of them aren't even women. She was only 12. They were brutally murdered and raped, then murdered by illegal immigrants, people that never should have entered this country. They would still be alive today if Biden wouldn't have had our border wide open for 4 years.
I agree.
Yeah. There's people on campus who refuse to condemn the men in this photo.
You got it.
You walk among people who refuse to condemn rapists just because they're illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I feel like people nowadays in our country like to support, the people who are illegal and, do things who, wrongfully, as opposed to people who actually want to do good in our country. This is public, by the way. But okay.
What about all those people blocking?
Yeah, that shit is crazy. Bitch, get your dumb ass out of the way.
Yeah, man, that's another thing.
So
Mind
I
your
live in
fucking
Oklahoma.
business. We in
Go
public, bitch.
ahead, go ahead. Yeah,
No, I was just saying what you
yeah,
said.
like,
That bitch,
like
like
motherfucker,
public. Like,
like this is
mind
a
your
public
fucking business. Move
university.
along, bitch. Dumbass bitch.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Kev. You go.
yeah, exactly right. No, like so I don't live too far away from fucking right OU, right? Like from like Oklahoma University. And I was thinking about going down there and setting up a sign, just like just I don't know, just like I don't know. I could call it Renee Nicole Good Deserve to Die. No, I'm joking. That's fucked up. No, no, but I'll call it something. But I really had thought about doing it because I was down there. This was like a few weeks ago, like, and I was down there mapping out a little spot and shit, like, and just holding up a sign and being like, "Oh, right, prove me wrong," But yeah, but I wouldn't go down there by like alone though. I think I'll have to take some people with me for real, because these damn college
you
kids,
be
these
cool,
motherfuckers
man.
crazy.
Yeah, you just ask people questions. It's just the way that you do it. Like Don Lemons, like he's too like put it like this: you can civilly disagree with people. What you can't do on person is like challenge people like with an aggressive tone, like especially no damn man, because they're gonna try to whop your stupid ass. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you gotta like chill. But Don Lemon's able to do it because he a fruit. So he think he can do that shit and he gonna holler out that fruit shit. So he get away from it. He get away with that stuff. No regular dudes like on the internet, how they be talking crazy, they would never do that shit in person because they know it's gonna be a problem. Like it's not even about you being scared. You just know that if you do that in real life, you're gonna be forced to make a decision. You're gonna have to do something, bro. You can't do that in real life. People don't do that in real life.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, but I'm definitely thinking about it though, bro, because I live like way too close to that shit. I'm like, man, I could definitely go down there and stir up some shit.
You should go and do it and go live, bro. Get you a little tent, go down there and go live. Make a little sign and say something. Disagree with a Republican, a sort of Republican or whatever, and just interview people, bro. Let them talk.
Yeah,
ask some questions, see what they say, and then you know what you can do. You can go live and then have the chat ask them questions, and then answer the questions from the live. That way, it's not necessarily you.
Yo, that actually would be a good idea, huh? Like I would just have to buy one of those little like microphones or some shit, because like those mics, like you can find them for only like $50 for real. Some places cheaper than that.
Yeah, cheaper than that. Yeah, just go live. I mean, you want to spark it up because remember, have you seen the guy on Instagram, the one and TikTok that been going to Minnesota? The white guy, was it Nick Nurse or Nick whatever to Minnesota? He been doing
yeah. That's
his whole stick. He went down there. Yeah, Nick Shirley went down there and he even got on TV from doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, that works because that's real journalism, bro. That's not what these fucking people doing, bro. They're not doing that shit.
Yeah, because like, bro, there's at least like 4 major colleges that's within like a 3-hour range from me. OU, from Oklahoma University to Oklahoma State University, Baylor, what else? Shit, there's another one. Texas A&M. Like I can get to any of these schools within fucking like 3 hours. Texas A&M, Tulsa University, Wichita State, Kansas State. Like I can get to all these schools within 3 hours. Like hell yeah. Maybe I should do that though.
Yeah, go find your weekend set up, go live. Like I say, man, bounce the chat, make the chat interactive. That's how Nick Nurse got on, bro. That motherfucker was just a dude with a camera, the phone. And he touched down. He the biggest thing ever now. Because these cats ain't doing that now, man.
Right. Yeah, and that shit doesn't cost a lot of money either.
No, I mean it's right up the street. All you got is gonna cost you time. That's it.
Yeah, time and a little bit of gas money.
Yeah, they ain't gonna cost you nothing, but you're gonna make that back once you get popping and get in the algorithm, and you actually there asking people questions and be like, yo, y'all got some questions in the chat, and boom, you on.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
The college kids are kind of weird anyways, bro. They all across the board with college kids. That's why your boy that got hit in the neck, that's why he was going there, man. You get all kind of flavors on college campuses, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look into that though. Yeah, for sure. Hell
Yeah, that's where you need to go to, Kev. Hey, man, another thing, man, this stuff, like this news stuff, man, like this media stuff ain't really media no more. That's why they look, and I wouldn't be surprised. This is the other part. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these media, like CNN, they would probably give Trump a bunch of money, because they making more money now than they was ever making before Trump came in there, because nobody was watching that shit. Now that Trump's in there, people all pissed off and they watching CNN now.
Yeah, like they was about to whatever, right, close up shop. I heard like all the way
Yeah.
up until Donald Trump had like whenever he started getting into politics, like they was on their way out. Just from what I've been reading. Yeah.
He's still on life
On their way
support.
out.
And you know they're going to be included. Yeah, they're still on life support. They're supposed to be included in that. Remember Paramount trying to buy Warner Brothers. Paramount and Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers. Part of that deal is CNN. CNN is in that deal.
Wow.
So they still not going to be under the same power once it's over.
Yeah.
Somebody
I'm
gonna
play
buy
some-
Warner Brothers.
Somebody is. I might be no, this fan shit. I wish I could. No. For real. Yeah. I'm gonna play some more of this video real quick. I'll be right back.
Walkway. Okay, yeah.
I'm a student here. This is all public.
Yeah, it's all about, we can stand wherever we want, because this is stolen land, right? That's what they always say.
Oh yeah. No, it's more like conquered land, but believe what you want to believe.
Hey guys, you can follow me at Her Patriot Voice.
But I do have some questions for you. Why would you say you support ICE?
Yeah, because they would get rid of these rapists and murderers that killed American women.
So are all of the immigrants that come into America rapists and killers?
Nope.
Okay, so
let's get rid of these ones. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you support ICE removing them?
No. I support the condemnation, as you said, of a rapist. But, there are white rapists, there are black rapists, there are
white immigrant rapists as well.
Okay, but again, there are rapists of different colors.
Why does the color matter when it comes to rape?
You just made it about you just made it.
No, you did.
Color. No, you did. You said ICE.
You brought up white rapists.
Okay, because you said that immigrants rape, right? So white
Not
people rape.
I didn't say immigrants rape. I said these immigrants raped.
So those immigrants raped. What about white people that raped?
What about them?
See, this is the damn stupidity right here. What the fuck does this
fuck
have
is she
to do with
talking
white
about,
people,
bro?
bro? Yo, like, what the fuck is going on? So what about the white people who do it? So just
Bro,
because there are some white
state need
people
the money,
who rape people?
The state
Yeah.
need their money back for that tuition right there, bro. That is fucking wasted tuition money right there. That bitch is dumb.
Yeah. So what about the white people? What does this have to do with white people? Like, so does this mean that the people who these white people rape are more important or something? Like it don't make no sense. Let's finish it.
Are there no condemnations for them?
Absolutely. We're condemning rape as a whole, but if these people wouldn't have been able to enter under Biden's open border policies, these women would still be alive today.
Right. So what about the people who are coming to America for a better life because they were experienced similar situations where they came from?
Yeah, they can come here for a better life. I'm all for legal immigration.
Legal immigration. Okay, so what about, so our president here, his name is Trump. That's a pretty racist man. How?
Give me an example of his racism.
News.
Give me one example. Just give me one example.
Watch the news. Which news? That makes a big difference. Where do you get your news from?
Bro, she can't even get clothes that fit. I don't want to hear from this chick. She can't even get her clothes to fit right, bro. This is crazy, bro. She talking real crazy.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Just watch the news, sweetheart. There are plenty of
Watch the news, sweetheart. Give me one example that he's racist.
Okay, Trump has flat out I mean, Jesus, flat with the racism. How? Comments, concerns.
What comments? Name one comment that he said that was racist.
Okay.
Because if he's racist, I want to know because I don't want to support a racist.
So you support Trump?
I do, yeah. Can you tell me why he's racist?
She supports Trump.
So we've been sitting here for nearly a minute now, and she has still yet to tell me one thing that Trump has said that's racist.
Okay, so if we're going to be quite honest, I couldn't give you a specific.
I know you can't.
Oh no, I'm not done speaking.
That's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Damn, bro, that's fucking crazy,
That's
bro.
crazy.
You think she gonna say I was wrong? Fuck no.
That's crazy. But this is how a lot of them are. A lot of them are like this. Like you ask them for examples, and they don't give you nothing.
Bro, but
Comments.
Biden literally said he didn't want his kids to go to schools in the jungles with black people, bro. But they don't remember that.
Yeah, bro. I think that Joe Biden might, well, in my lifetime, I guess, I think that Joe Biden might be the most racist president ever. Like for real.
Probably Ronald Reagan and what was the one that was around when MLK was around? Him too.
Oh yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson. Oh, okay, yeah.
Lyndon B.
Do you really
Johnson.
think that Reagan was racist?
Yeah, they got tapes of him saying that the ER in with the ER hard ER talking about people.
Shit.
You know, they recorded. Yeah, he was definitely racist, bro. Yeah, even no question about it.
Damn. Yeah. Well, shit. Hey. Well, I mean, shit. I guess that back then most people were racist anyway. So yeah. So I guess so. But then again, you know what though? Can we actually blame these people just for having like racism like that back then?
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah, we can blame him. Yeah, we can blame him still.
No, because think about it like this, right? Like, so if I grew up like, and I was taught not to like black people, right? Like that was just the way that I was raised. Like, so just because a white person says like nigger or some shit like that, like this white person probably never had done anything bad to a black person or nothing like that, but they just say nigger. Like they just think that they're less than. Like, is that bad?
still
Like,
racist.
you know,
Yeah, that's still
like,
racist.
like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like just because ignorance ain't bliss in that situation, bro. Like ignorance ain't bliss because you perpetuating stuff that's not. It just ain't like that. Like, look, the problem is like the other problem with all of that when they start doing stuff like that, what they don't realize is that all of this stuff that they're doing now, especially with the immigrants, they're riding the backs of actual people who had actual problems, and this ain't no actual problem. Like those people had to fight just to be seen as human beings. That's not what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with people who are coming here illegally for them personally to have a better life. That has nothing to do with the country as a whole. There's a process for them to come. And we're supposed to feel sorry for them. That has nothing to do with oppression. It has nothing to do with segregation. Like they're trying to tie this stuff into actual racism and people actually going through stuff. That ain't what this is. And I think these young idiots, they don't even know what real racism is. They have no idea what the actual struggle is.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because most people today who sit there and literally like complain about racism have never been through any of it. Like never. Like a lot of people had grew up around white people, like they had grew up inside of like the suburbs. Most of their interactions with these so-called white people have been like good interactions, but just because they believe this bullshit that they see on TV or like on TikTok, they automatically believe that most white people are racist. I seen a dude the other day. As a matter of fact, this was my fucking cousin. So he posted on Facebook. He had put on Facebook like that he can't wait until he gets his like fuck the KKK shirt. And I wanted to comment on that fucking picture so bad. And it's like, bro, nigga, like you've never dealt with the KKK before. Like the KKK might not even still be even like around today for real. Like, and if they are,
they still exist.
Like they aren't going to bother you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they
you
still
know,
exist.
they probably do. But,
No, they exist because I delivered years ago to a guy house. I was one of the grand leaders down here in South Florida, so I know they exist. But them niggas they slow, man. Think about their ideology and their ranking system. They call that head guy a fucking wizard, bro. Like who the fuck calls some guy a wizard, bro? That's some goofy weird shit, man. Like them motherfuckers not that smart. Everybody else uses captains and military orders when they rank up leadership and stuff from every group that you can ever think of. Even the mob does that. Like nobody uses no fucking wizardry. That's ignorant shit.
Yeah. Wizard. The grand wizard. Let me play some more of this.
I couldn't give you a specific because I don't pay attention to idiocy. And
okay.
That's the problem. Like most people look at both sides just so that they can make an actual informed decision. But if you don't even look at the other side at all, it's like this side that you are paying attention to, like they could be telling you just like some straight up bullshit, and you don't even look at what the other side is saying at all. Like it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all.
So if you're gonna call someone racist, I think you should be able to prove it.
Watch the news.
Pull up a clip where he's racist. Go ahead.
Oh, great. I'm so glad you asked.
It must not have been racist enough to remember because you have to look it up. How do you guys feel about ICE?
Oh, all of these people are
thumbs up for ICE, thumbs down.
People that are against ICE.
I'm asking people, what's wrong with asking people their opinion?
I didn't say.
Did you find the racist clip yet?
Wrong with that. I just said that there were people. Majority of them here are against ICE.
How do you know that?
Because I know them.
Okay. Well, you support ICE?
You support ICE? Which one? You? You support ICE? Oh, okay. I didn't think so.
What does ICE stand for?
Babe.
Have no idea. What does ICE stand for? I don't know.
Classic.
Yeah, bro, this is crazy.
So you don't support something that you don't even know what it stands for?
Oh, I didn't respond for a reason.
Can you tell me what it stands for?
No, we're gonna go back to the Trump racism.
Right. Okay. You can ask me a question if you want.
Why do you have the stance? I mean, obviously, it's because of these criminals.
Just part of the reason, yeah.
Okay, but what's the whole reason?
I just don't believe that people should illegally enter the country and be able to take our resources, our jobs, and then rape and kill our women.
Okay.
But I'm all for immigration. I have many, many friends that were legal immigrants, and I totally support doing it the right way. But people that are doing it illegally are not only cutting in line, but they're also actively breaking the law. And every single day that they stay in this country, as an illegal immigrant, they're breaking the law.
Okay, I mean, I agree it is illegal to enter the country illegally, but I think everybody kind of has a issue with the way ICE operates. And I want to ask you, what do you see any issues with the way ICE operates, or do you think the way they do things is just totally fine?
Are you specifically talking about the situation with Renee Good that happened last week? Yeah, so, I mean, I waited to make a comment on it after I saw multiple video angles, and I think the most telling video angle was the video. Renee Good.
What up, Chill?
Was somebody who harassed and fought against ICE agents. And I don't know what you were taught growing up, but I was taught don't harass a man with a gun. Don't mess with a guy with a gun. And in his angle of the video, the cop, right? It's not smart, especially if you don't have a gun yourself. And on his angle of his point of view, Renee Good actively stepped on the gas and her car physically hit the officer. I've never been in a situation where someone was about to run over me with a car, but you know what? If I think it's between my life and being run over by a car, I'm going to choose my life. And
I would have lit Renee Good ass up, lit up, and I wouldn't have felt bad about it either. Bitch, you tried to hit me. It is what it is.
I mean, but my question to people that say,
go ahead.
Well, I mean, my one question on fools who always say that they doing it the wrong way. What kind of way do you want them to get the motherfuckers out of the country? Like they already asked them to leave, they're not fucking leaving. So how are they supposed to get out of the country? What's the way that they're supposed to get about? I don't get this. They're not fucking leaving voluntarily, obviously.
Yeah, like to actually deport somebody, there is no easy way to actually do this. Like nobody's going to, well, there may be some people, but the majority of people are not going to actually get deported easily. Like it's not like you about to just like knock on somebody's door or just like write them some type of like whatever, right, deportation ticket, like, or some shit. Like they have to be moved out by force. That's like the only way. If I knew that I was getting deported back to some damn shithole country tomorrow, nigga, I am fighting. I don't want to go back. So I kind of understand it like from their position, but at the same time, bro, like America has laws for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
But how come they can understand that, Kev, but they say they come over here for a better life, right? Cool, I got it. I understand. I'm sympathetic towards it. But why do we throw the book at drug dealers that come from the hood and we don't give a fuck what them niggas is going through? We want niggas to be locked up for 20 something years and we don't give a goddamn about none of that stuff. So like people pick and choose when they have empathy for people when it comes to financial situations and they do illegal shit. Like that's the problem with all of this shit. It's selective outrage when they want to do shit.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I got a homeboy of mine, bro. This dude is like a raging liberal. I'm thinking about sending him the link. Like, so I mean, this dude is like raging liberal. I'm talking like he got like the purple hair. Send it to him. All right.
Yeah, let him pull up, bro. I mean, I need some entertainment. I want to hear some funny shit.
Yeah.
I need some comedy. I want to hear this
so
shit.
I'm gonna talk to this dude and like, all right, let me see. So me and this dude, bro, like this dude, he was my dog, man, because I had went to Job Corps with him, and this dude was like my dog, bro. Like, but then, my bad. But then I get on Facebook and he just like is just talking straight shit about Donald Trump, and I mean just going off, and it's like every day he's going off about something about Donald Trump. Like, but I'm gonna send him the link though, see if he'll pull up. Let me see.
Yeah, we get some comedy in here, bro. Because I mean, whatever, bro. I like listening to the bullshit because I think it's funny, like how they say he racist. I heard that a lot, and I be like, all right, cool. The same way a lady do it. What's the example? You know he is. What up, man? You you said all this crazy stuff, man. You should be able to like prove your point. Because I never heard that stuff. Oh, you cooning? No. You should be. Tell me because I'm unaware. I didn't hear it. Let me know where this man is racist at because I have never heard this shit before. I don't know where you're getting it from.
Yep. I'm trying to find out how. All right.
Yeah,
let me
go ahead
see.
and play some more of that.
All right, here. I'll play it while I figure this shit out real quick. All right. Come on.
He shot straight ahead, and unfortunately, she lost her life. And she lost her life for nothing.
When you say he shot straight ahead and she unfortunately lost her life, I mean, I think if you shoot a gun, you're shooting to kill. There's no question about it. But
Cops are trained to do that.
I would beg to differ. I mean, I think cops should be trained to de-escalate situations, and that should be the last means.
How do you de-escalate somebody trying to run over you with their car?
So I'm not a cop, first and foremost.
Just
nor
as
am
a
I trained
person.
to do So, I mean, I wouldn't put myself in a situation in front of the car to be ran over.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly.
The cop should have been standing right there, is what I'm saying.
He shouldn't have been standing there.
He should have been standing in front
Well,
of the
he
car.
was standing in the road. He asked her multiple times to get out of the car, and she refused. And her wife said, "Drive, baby, drive." And she,
I mean,
she hit on the gas.
And I could be wrong, but based off of what I saw, I don't believe him asking her to step out of the car was a lawful order.
How is that not a lawful order? When a cop tells you to do something, to step out of the vehicle, she was blocking the road. That's not allowed.
Yeah, but that's not a reason for you to be asking somebody to get out of the
Why not?
I mean,
You're illegally blocking a road?
Bro, you know what? I think that this nigga had blocked me, bro. because I started streaming on Facebook, and I think that he might have seen it because I've lost a lot of like Facebook friends ever since I started talking about like politics and shit on Facebook. So, bro, I think that the nigga had blocked me because I can't find him no more.
Damn, that's
Damn.
wild, Kev.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, bro. I have lost a lot of friends and family members just because of what I believe politically. Like a lot. And it don't make no sense because like they doing this dumb shit. Like and at the same time, like it don't really bother me too much. But it's like they believe that these people that is on the other side that they actually like care about them and shit. Like the shit is nuts, bro. But yeah, bro, I really can't find that nigga no more.
Yeah, I cut people off that be on that, bro, because that's just emotional babbling. I don't really do that, bro. You want to be talking to someone.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just talked to him the other day and now it's like all his shit gone. The message is gone, all that gone. Yeah. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna try one more thing. Yep, I can't find him. Oh well, fuck it. Another one bites the dust. All right, let me finish this.
I've never had a cop pull me over and ask me to get out the car for anything. I mean, even if
Well, that's good. Have you illegally blocked roads and harassed officers?
No, I'm not that type of person to do that.
Okay, so when a cop asks you to do something, whether you think you're in the right or not, the law will determine at the end of the day. To avoid it escalating and you possibly getting harmed and losing your life, I would just recommend that you comply. And she probably would have been just sent home afterwards.
Possibly, I can agree with that. I think that situation escalated on both ends. But what I can say is, I think the loss of life over an issue where you're checking, it's like it's a very subjective operation that they have going, and that's just in my opinion. Subjective. Like I could say you're doing X, Y, and Z, and then I'm like, okay, let me see your ID. Let me start checking this. Let me do that. I don't think they should have the authority to do anything with traffic. I don't see why he would be standing in front of the car, trying to tell her to get out.
Because she was actively harassing them and maybe even was threatening things. I haven't seen every single angle of the video. I've seen most of them, but the one that was most telling was the point of view of the officer where you literally hear the car hit him.
Yeah.
And he goes, whoa.
Body cam did come up,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even the body cam. It was actually on his iPhone.
Oh, he recorded on his phone. Oh, they don't wear body cams?
They do, but the one, he was also filming on his phone.
Okay. So let me ask you, do you know why they were there?
Yeah, they were responding to like rounding up some immigrants. That's what I heard.
They were responding to rounding up
They were responding to some immigrants that needed to be arrested, I believe.
Okay. And I mean, I want to, if we're going to speak about that, I'd like to know a little bit more information than just immigrants that were they on actual investigation? Were they conducting an investigation? Were they conducting a raid? What exactly?
Yeah, maybe it was a raid. I can't speak on it for sure. I can't say 100%. I probably should educate myself about that. You could agree with me that the men in these photos should have never been allowed in the country, right? Because not only were they illegal, but then they also raped women and murdered them.
Nobody said come through. If you come through illegally, you've obviously jumped a fence you weren't supposed to jump or something like that. You know what I mean? Figuratively speaking. But it's like, I don't know if, and my issue isn't with necessarily these guys being arrested or deported or anything by that, because they did commit a crime, 2 of them, in fact, and one of them being very, I mean, I recognize that clearly, but I think this message and the way that it's portrayed by yourself is very outspoken in a sense. And that,
I am very outspoken.
I see that. There's nothing wrong with being outspoken, but it comes off. I mean, the last lady you interviewed, she definitely brought race into the equation, and that's definitely a factor when it comes to this. It's my question to you.
Who?
I think that he's having his conservative wake up call right now. I think that he's starting to figure out, like, man, these people are full of shit. Because he's asking all of the right questions. Like, he seems like he's trying to figure something out, but it's something that's kind of like pulling him back towards the whole like liberal way of thinking. Well, he's like, something doesn't seem right, but I don't know. Let me ask some more questions to figure it out. Let's see.
I'm sorry.
Who cares about race when it comes to illegal immigrants?
I want to get to that point.
Okay.
My thing is, okay, if we're going to conduct operations about trying to stop illegal immigration and get illegal immigrants who are criminals out of the country, how do we go about that in a way that does not cause incidents like that occurred, like we were just talking about?
People just don't do that. Don't harass officers. It's very simple.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that the need is as extreme as it ended up being. I'm saying a lady shouldn't have to die because we were trying to do something like that.
I wish she would not have harassed the officer and try to run him over.
I don't think the room for those situations should be able to even be a thought. So how does ICE prevent things like this from happening? How do they conduct what they need to do without disturbing anybody else? You understand what I mean? Without potentially having loss of life. And how do they legally do it?
Well, because they're legally doing their job, but it's people.
Pittsburgh, you still there? Oh, he must be doing something. I found him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this, Pittsburgh. I'm gonna send him the link, but I'm gonna do like a whole new show tonight. So I'm gonna come back tonight, and I'm gonna come up with a few topics, and I'm gonna basically interview him and try to figure out and try to figure out his way of thinking. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Shout out to Skywalker. Damn, who else is up here? Hoblo, NYU Outcast. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. But I'm definitely going live later because I don't got shit else. I don't got nothing else better to do. For real. Snowed in. I'll be back tonight. Definitely. We out.
All the pretty bitches love Reese money. Reese money love the pretty bitches. Rich off my music and keep me a plug. No security with me cause I came with my gun. She kept threatening to leave, but I ain't the score chasing nuts. I told her what's fuck me gon' come. Them niggas polluting the slum, fake drugs. Don't care where I'm going, I'm getting some money. Had talked to my daughter, I knew this was coming. No key to your heart, they all want something from me. Don't fuck with these niggas my son. She fuck with these niggas, I can't fuck with her. My little bitch a diva, she crying and screaming and pulling me in for some more. Lay in that little pussy and pray to Allah. This sexual healing, I bust and keep going. Just don't treat them bad. I feel so sad that I wanna leave. She's crying and talking to me. Could you let me speak? I just need time to see where I wanna be. When you love someone, just don't treat them bad. I feel so sad that I wanna leave. She's crying and talking to me. Could you let me speak? I just need time to see where I wanna be. I'm all in her ear, I don't fuck, I make love. I come with a hook, I'm a cap, I take charge. My dick touch some places, make her fall in love. My thumb in her butt, she ain't felt that before. I told her eat that dick or make love with her throat. Sloppy and slow, I just put on the show. You know how it go, let me nut in your throat. Let me nut in your throat.